Of Prime Sports.
From the Great Western Forum, the Los Angeles Kings play their first game of 1996, taking on Western Conference rival, the Winnipeg Jets. Hi, everybody. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox. Happy New Year to all of you. This is indeed the Kings' first game of 1996. And, Jim, they hope 96 is going to be a little better than an unusual 1995.
And, Bob, unusual is a perfect word for the situation. We knew the Kings would be inconsistent because they're kind of a young team on defense. Earlier in the season, the Kings, well, they came out with a lot of good results, a lot of wins, but their play really wasn't that good. Well, it's turned around. It's exact opposite right now where, well, they're not, they're not playing that good, and they're just kind of hanging in there. So the situation, the Kings have to find that missing ingredients. We talk about it all the time, the balance between defense and offense.
Well, keep your eyes on number 8 for the Winnipeg Jets, Teemu Selanne. He is red hot lately.
An explosive skater, and that's how he gets open. He gets open because of his speed, but you have to stay right on top of him because he has great balance. Sometimes you think he's checked. He still gets a good quality shot off on goal.
Well, Kelly Rudy will be in goal for the Los Angeles Kings. Earlier this season, the Kings beat the Jets 6-3. Should be a good one tonight. It's the Kings and the Winnipeg Jets live on Prime Sports.
Kings Hockey on Prime Sports is being brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline. By your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today. By Original Coors, there's nothing like the beer from up here. By Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. By cold-filtered Miller Genuine Draft, making the world a very cool place. By your Southern California Chevrolet Geo dealers. The best time for a Best Buy is now, during Chevy clearance time. And by the Discover card, the card with the big payback.
White magic, you and me. White magic, like a flame of magic all around. And there is
Grosvenor 96, available at the Vale West Company of Beverly Hills, 9631 Brighton Way, or call 800-998-VALE. Grosvenor and Vale West, simply the best.
At the new Home Shopping Network, you set the rules.
Like more regular programs, so I can find just what I want.
For a dazzling collection of precious metals and gems from around the world, watch our fine jewelry showcase Monday and Friday nights at 7 and Wednesday night at 11. It's your home. Shouldn't you set the rules? Home Rules. America's first home shopping network serves you best.
Finally, somebody's playing by my rules.
Would you like another cup of coffee?
Please.
All right.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee has dozens of refinements for 96, from improved quadra-coil suspension to standard dual airbags to optional all-time four-wheel drive.
We need some more coffee.
Pull over.
And right now, you can lease the new Grand Cherokee for just $284 a month. In our excitement, we may have neglected to mention that it still comes available with the most powerful V8 in its class. Jeep, there's only one. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else?
In the world of credit cards, the traffic is getting pretty heavy, and it's easy to get confused by all the complicated new card offers and restrictions. But people who know where they're going use one card, Discover Card, with the cashback bonus award, the Smart Rate program, and no annual fee. For a positive impact on your finances, use the Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
We're back live at the Great Western Forum. The Kings take on the Winnipeg Jets, and now with the national anthems, here is Jen LaPointe.
Upon our national anthem.
true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave news through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? For the land of the free and the home of the
Ken LaPointe with tonight's national anthems. In goal for the Winnipeg Jets, Tim Cheveldae. This will be his 16th consecutive game he's appeared in, his 15th consecutive start. Nikolai Habibulin is injured for the Jets, and Cheveldae has taken over. In goal for the Los Angeles Kings, Kelly Rudy. Outstanding. Look at this. 2 games under 500, but the goals against average second best in the NHL. His save percentage, #1 in the entire league. The officials tonight, the referee will be, there he is, Paul Dvorsky. On the lines, Pierre Racicot and Swede Knox. And now with a play-by-play, Bob Miller.
All right, Jim, thank you very much. The Winnipeg Jets have won 16 games on the year. The Los Angeles Kings have won 14. The Kings are 2 points ahead of the Winnipeg Jets, though. The Kings with 37 points, the Jets with 35. And the Winnipeg Jets have struggled on the road lately. They have lost 6 in a row on the road. You get a look at John Druce, and we're ready for the Gatorade opening face-off. Wayne Gretzky against Eddie Olczyk, and the Winnipeg Jets control it. Taken by Newman, and he sends it all the way down into the King zone, and back to get it now behind the net is Sean O'Donnell. Moves it up on the right side. Wayne Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky drives it down the left wing side. The goaltender started to go into the corner. He did. Went in the corner, then poked it away from Eric Lacroix. Gretzky with it now. Gives it to John Druce. Druce driving behind the net. Druce around in front. Backhander knocked down. And the puck cleared up to the blue line. John Druce with a wraparound. Puck cleared to the blue line, and down to the right wing, Eddie Olczyk. Olczyk in the slot. Dropped it right side to Savani, and he tried to give it to Newman and down the middle. Gretzky fell down, though. and he is slow getting back to his feet. Sean O'Donnell sends it down in deep into the Winnipeg zone.
A little bit of a mix-up there, Bob. Wayne Gretzky, good position, working hard to get back. I think he was run over. I don't know whether it was a King player or a Winnipeg Jet player that ran over Wayne Gretzky.
I think it was a King player. Might have been Sean O'Donnell trying to get over there and get the puck. Gretzky went to the bench, skating very slowly over to the bench, and still standing up over there and having his skate look at. Pass in front, knocked down there as Igor Korolev had it. Then a shot from Jamnov is knocked down on the way in, and the Kings bring it back to center ice. We have no score in the first period. Bob Miller along with Jim Fox and Bill McDonald. Puck comes around on the right side to Kevin Todd. Kings have changed their lines. They've got Kristich out now with Todd. Puck comes back to the right side. Rick Tocchet also on this line. Into the corner. Here's Kevin Todd. Todd to Tocchet. Tocchet can't get a shot. Tocchet still with him in the Winnipeg zone. Now drives it in toward the goaltender. Knocked down by Cheveldae. And then Kevin Todd got his stick on it. But Cheveldae, backing up toward the goal line, managed to knock it down, and he hangs on for the faceoff.
And big Dave Manson trying to clear the front. There's Kevin Todd, Bob. He's been scoring at a pace, maybe the most consistent forward for the Kings so far this season. Now he comes into the game with 20 points, so it's not going to really knock you over from that standpoint. But again, he was coming into this season as a role player, a guy that was only expected to take faceoffs and play solid defense. He continues to do that, but he showed on that last shift. Nice quick move along the boards, and then never afraid to take the puck right to the front of the net.
4 goals in the last 5 games for Kevin Todd. Faceoff will be to the left of the goaltender Tim Cheveldae. Played around the boards by Daryl Shannon. We have no score here in the first period. Kings from the Jets for the second time this year. The Kings beat Winnipeg here on December 6th. 6-3. The Kings trailed 1-0 in that game and then scored 4 straight goals. Winnipeg Jets with it back in their own zone now. Left wing side, Jeff Finley. Finley checked it on the boards by Tony Granato. Puck is dug out by Darren Turcotte. 17:58 to go in the first period. Up ahead to center ice. Across the line, Turcotte shoots and a save by Kelly Rudy. Puck comes over on the left side. Taken there by Chris King. He tried to throw it down in deep. It comes to him at the top of the slot. He gets a backhander that's knocked down on the way through. The Kings come back out to center ice. Stephen Finn knocked down the shot. Here is Conacher across the line, but the Kings go offside on the play. Stephen Finn, King defenseman, blocked the shot, and the Kings came back the other way, but went offside.
And Bob, it's amazing how many times that block shot will get you out of a very difficult situation. All of a sudden, it looks like the other team, the opposition's in control. Watch 29, middle of your screen. Good timing there. Chris King's coming out to the middle of the ice on his backhand, and I think that's the reason Stephen Finn decided, hey, let's go down and block the shot. As you saw, point-blank shot, it would have been by Chris King. Great block shot, and nothing really happened.
Winnipeg Jets, Mike Stapleton up to center ice. He was out with a broken jaw earlier this year when he got hit on the chin with a puck. Puck is taken at center ice by Yachmanev, but he can't hang on. Stapleton gives it across the line. Right side, and a backhand shot is wide by Jim McKenzie. Comes over to Stapleton. Now tried to give it to McKenzie behind the net. Eastwood overskates it there. Now McKenzie with it. Put it back behind the net to Eastwood. Poke checked away from him. Winnipeg Jets within the King zone. Stapleton on the right side along the boards. He hangs onto it there. Keeps it in play. Now it comes down into Eastwood. He wheels it out in front. Taken away by the Kings. Marty McSorley up ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky's pass across the line. Chased in by Teppo Numminen. And Numminen has it back behind the net. Passing up off the boards out to center ice. Chased down there by Eastwood. Throws it across the ice. Now it comes into the Kings zone off the stick of McKenzie, but played there. And the Kings get it to Gretzky at center ice. Back to Sador. He drives it off the boards in deep in the Winnipeg zone. 16 and a half minutes left to go in the first period. No score in the game. Kings have outshot Winnipeg 3-2. Long pass into the Kings zone. Teemu Selanne. He's been hot lately. 9 goals the last 9 games. Now Keith Tkachuk. Tkachuk on the right side. Chased by Aki Berg. Tkachuk still with it. Tried to throw it in front of Selanne. Kings take it away. Back they come to center ice. No score first period. Puck is driven to the blue line, but knocked down there and played back out to center ice. Yannick Perreault took it away. He leads the Kings in goals. Perreault to Tocchet. Tocchet can't hang on. Teemu Selanne with it, but kicked away by Tocchet.
Bob, still early in the first period. If you want to talk about puck possession or controlling the tempo of the game, right now there's no doubt it's the Winnipeg Jets. Every time they have it for 3, 4, 5 seconds. The Kings turning it over.
Yannick Perreault moving in. Pass in front. Comes through wide to the right side. We got a penalty coming up against Winnipeg. Penalty against the Jets. Hooking is the call, and the Kings are going to go on the power play. We have no score in the first period.
Right now, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares starting at just $19 one way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. It's such a good deal, people everywhere see it as the perfect opportunity to get away. But if you want Gotta Go fares to be your big break, you'd better hurry. Gotta Go fares from $19, only on Southwest, the low-fare airline.
I got it!
Tap the Rockies, Coors Light. Tap the Rockies, Coors Light. Hey!
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies, Coors Light.
Winnipeg Jets dictating the pace of the game, but the first penalty of the game goes against them. Keith Tkachuk off for hooking. 4-for-14 the time of that call. The Kings 17th in the NHL on the power play. Look at those numbers lately, though. Kings have to get more point shots through on this power play. The penalty killings for the Winnipeg Jets way down near the bottom, ranked 23rd.
Well, let's see what happens here. A power play that's struggling and a penalty killing team that's struggling. We have no score in the first period. 15:36 to go in the period. Kings have outshot the Jets 4-2. Now here's Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky feeds it across on the right side of Philippe Boucher. Boucher drives it hard around the boards. Kings have got Gretzky up front with Granato and Yachmanev. Granato with it into Yachmanev in the corner. Back to Wayne Gretzky. Gretzky along the left wing board. Gretzky feeds it back left point to Sador. Now to Gretzky. Gretzky hanging out over the right side in front of Granato, and he scores! Nice move, Gretzky to Yachmanev to Granato, and the Kings lead 1-0.
Bob, a steady influence all the time out there is that man right there, Wayne Gretzky. The Kings did a great job to hunt down the loose puck. The dump in was not a given, but there's that cross pass. You know, it slides through a couple of sticks right there. Then the return pass, Granato has a wide open net. But this first pass, I don't think half the players in the league even try that play. He threads it through a couple of sticks, and Yachmanev so unselfish. You saw right there, Bob, if you can move the puck entirely all the way across the ice in one pass, like Wayne Gretzky did, the penalty killers will never catch up to the puck. They move the puck around, wide open net, Kings lead 1-0.
Granato from Yachmanev and Gretzky at 4:48. Granato's 12th of the year, and the Kings jump out to a 1-0 lead. That's Tony's second goal in the last 12 games, so he's been one of those people that Larry Robinson was talking about in your Break the Ice program, Jim. Very happy with the Kings' defense, but the big scorers have to start scoring, Larry said, and Tony Granato among them, and he gets on the board tonight.
And Bob, I think on the power play, especially because Kings players are a little too unselfish, although that time it did work with Yachmanev making that extra pass. For the most part, the Kings have not putting the puck on net. That's happened most of the year. That's why the offense is tailed off.
Here's Jamnoff in deep to Dallas Drake, and it's poked away by Sean O'Donnell. Nice defensive play by Sean O'Donnell. Jets hold it in at the blue line, left side, shot from there, caught in the glove of Kelly Rudy as he made the save on the shot by Darren Quint, and the Kings still lead it 1-0. Well, you thought the holidays were over? Not according to the Kings. They're still here. The Kings holiday sampler is still available, and you can call right now. Talk to a season seat representative, 310-419-3800. Give him a call right now.
Bob, a great play on the last ship by Sean O'Donnell. Not the best skater in the league, but watch him use his stick on the poke check. Jamnoff is cut off. A little bit of a hook right there. The puck slides over, and there is the stick, the poke check. Larry Robinson teaches that technique. Sean O'Donnell picks it up, makes a great play defensively.
Kings with a 1-0 lead. Both teams at full strength. Kings in their own zone now as they move it up to center ice. Here is Kristich ahead to Todd. Todd right down the middle. Todd in front. Gets a shot on the safe. Rebound shot by Kristich. Hit the goal post. Kristich hit the junction of the goal post and the crossbar with a backhander. And the Winnipeg Jets move it down in toward Turcotte in the right wing corner. Taken away there. Kings come back. 1-0 Kings lead. Nice outlet pass by Kristich. Ahead now to Tocchet. Tocchet up the middle. Shot from there. Save in the glove of the goaltender Cheveldae as Philippe Boucher. You see him right there. He got the shot from the top of the slot. And Cheveldae with the save.
Bob, since that power play, the Kings certainly have picked it up. Kevin Todd on the last shift, taking it right through the middle. You know you're going to get checked in this situation. Watch Kevin Todd. But even if you don't get through it, Todd does. for a shot. The rebound comes out. Watch the puck off the crossbar and the post. Exactly where you said, Bob. Right off that juncture there. So following up the play was Kripsic, but the man that put his head down, knew he was going to get whacked, knew he was going to get hit, was Kevin Todd. And that loose puck was just lying there. Much like a fullback going through the middle in football. He took two men with him, and Kristich picked up the loose puck.
Here you see Kevin Todd over on the bench. Gretzky wins the face-off to McSorley. His shot, score! Tipped in front, I believe. And we'll see whether it is tipped by Eric Lacroix or whether it was not deflected. McSorley got the shot from the right point. The Kings lead 2-0.
And Bob, this is what the Kings have needed. Timely goals right off the draw. Gretzky wins it on the forehand. You see, it was McSorley double cock his shot. Lacroix was there and Yachmanev. I don't know if anyone touched it. It may have bounced right there, right in front of Chevelday, and made it all the way through. So it looked like a couple players swinging their sticks at it. That caused a distraction. Kings lead 2-0.
Marty McSorley gets credit for the goal. Here's Teemu Selanne. Selanne to Tkachuk. Left side, shot knocked away by Kelly Rudy. Puck is taken by Keith Tkachuk. In deep, he's checked by Marty McSorley. Tkachuk still with it in the slot, broken up by Eric Lacroix, but his outlet pass deflected back to Eddie Olczyk. Now to Tkachuk. In front, stick handle, saved by Rudy, and he hangs on. Penalty coming up against the Kings, but Keith Tkachuk can't believe that he didn't beat Kelly Rudy. Jim, he stick handled about 4 or 5 times right in front of Kelly Rudy.
And Kelly Rudy was leaning one way, but held on long enough. Bob, you can't allow anyone, especially one of the top 3 forwards, for the Jets to be wide open. You see the Kings with all the men back, but Tkachuk makes 1, 2, 3 stick handles. There what I was talking about. Kelly Rudy hung on long enough with his right pad. I think in the back, you'll see Marty McSorley pick up the penalty. Right there, McSorley is clearing out Ed Olczyk. That may be the reason, interference perhaps, the call against Marty McSorley. Olczyk was driving there, but it was Tkachuk. He tried 2 or 3 stick handles, and for a split second, Bob, I think Tkachuk felt he had beat Kelly Rudy. All of a sudden, the pad came out to make the save. The Winnipeg Jets go on the power play.
Marty McSorley got that last King goal, his 8th of the year. Wayne Gretzky with the assist at 6:18. The Jets power play ranked 9th in the league, led by Eddie Olczyk with 12 power play goals. King penalty killing is 14th. Kings have allowed only 1 power play goal the last 15 times that they have been shorthanded. 7 minutes gone by here in the first period. The Kings with a 2-0 lead on goals by Granato and McSorley. Gretzky with 2 assists already in the game, and Gretzky came into the game 5th in assists in the NHL with 40.
And Bob, I think those 2 goals by the Kings, kind of what's been going against the Kings lately. The bad bounces, weird good plays. That last one, certainly a weird play. The puck sliding all the way along the ice. It turns into a goal. That's what the Kings need.
Keith Tkachuk gets tripped by Stephen Finn, and the Winnipeg Jets are going to have a 2-man advantage for a minute 26.
I'm sure if Stephen Finn could have this one back, he would take it back, because Tkachuk was going to break in all alone. No doubt whatsoever. Watch this whack. Right at the skates. Tkachuk goes down. You could call it slashing. I think tripping will be the call. But for a split second there, Stephen Finn has a decision to make. He knows he's beat. You have to think, should I let him go in and make Kelly Rudy come up with a big stop, or do you send the other team on a 2-man advantage? Well, the 2-man advantage goes the way of the Winnipeg Jets. Larry Robinson loves the 2-goal lead the Kings have right now, but the Jets, 2-man advantage.
And they've got it for quite a while, a minute 26. They'll operate with a 2-man advantage. Puck is to the left of Kelly Rudy on the faceoff here. Kings ahead 2-0. Great chance for the Jets to get back in the game. Here's Alexei Zhamnov. He gives it to Teppo Numminen. Back to Zhamnov. Zhamnov feeds it down the left side to Selanne. Back to Zhamnov. Shoots and he scores. Alexei Zhamnov, who once had 5 goals in a game against the Kings, gets the power play goal with a 2-man advantage, and now the King lead is cut to 2-1.
Really a great example of how Zhamnov plays the game. So nonchalant on this shot. Tkachuk 7 goes to the middle. 16 is Olczyk, placed off to the side. Now they really spread out the Kings penalty killers, but watch this shot. Just one long backswing. Olczyk's there in case the puck is going wide, but he doesn't need to be. Just a quick release there by Zhamnov, goes all the way in. 2-man advantage by the Winnipeg Jets. We saw something else, Bob, they did right. They took a shot on goal immediately. When you have the two-man advantage, you can make all those pretty passes, but you've got to get shots on goal to take advantage of the two-man situation. Now the Kings still short-handed.
Jamnov with his 13th of the year. Solani and Newman with the assist at 7:36. And the Jets are right back in the game and still have a one-man advantage for 1:34. It was last April 1st here in the fourth that Jamnov, the man that just scored, had 5 goals against the Kings. And Jamnov back to get it. He gives it now to Teppo Numminen. Numminen with it. He had a separated right shoulder back in November and did not play in the last game against the Kings. Numminen, left wing side, throws it down in deep. Now behind the net. Winnipeg Jets work on the power play. They get it to Korolev. Now to Jamnov. Jamnov with it up the middle of the blue line. Shot from there by Quint. Score! Ties the game. Darren Quint from just inside the blue line, and the Winnipeg Jets take advantage of the power play and tie the game at 2-2.
Bob, in all reality, I'd have to admit right here, this is where the game should be. I think the Winnipeg Jets have had a good first period, and now they fight back for that 2-2 tie. Quint gets the shot through. He doesn't look to take the big blast. In front was Dallas Drake. He gets whacked out of the way. Look at McSorley and Drake. How can Kelly Rudy pick up the puck? Well, he can't. Actually, Drake jumps up. The puck may have went between the legs of Dallas Drake. Good timing there. Get the shot through. It works when the puck's on net. The goaltender can't see it. Winnipeg Jets fight back. It's now 2-2.
2 goals in less than a minute on the power play for the Winnipeg Jets. Quint gets his 4th of the year from Jamnov and Korolev. So the game is tied at 2-2. 2 goals a game, under 2 goals a game is what Kelly Rudy has been allowing in his last 8 starts. In his last 8 starts, he allowed 15 goals against coming into this game tonight. Pass in front to Eastwood, he can't jam it in. Jim McKenzie behind the net. McKenzie checked there, puck bounces free, left side, played down in deep to McKenzie behind the net. Jim McKenzie with it, gives it now to Eastwood. Eastwood is pushed there, Eastwood with a wraparound, lost the puck, and it's taken by the Kings. Back up to center ice they come. Over to Yannick Perreault. He gives it now to Granato. Didn't get it. Perreault with it. Perreault's pass. He tried to get it to Tocchet, and it's taken away by Winnipeg. Up to center ice on the right side. Long shot by Stapleton. Knocked down by Kelly Rudy. 2 goals in 45 seconds for the Winnipeg Jets. And they have tied the game at 2-2. We're in the first period with 10:29 left to go in the period. Puck taken by Boucher for the Kings. His pass comes to the blue line, left point. Held in there by Chris King. In front to Turcotte, but he couldn't get the puck out of midair, and it's cleared to center ice. Played there by the Winnipeg Jets again. That's Norm McIver, number 44. They got him in a trade with Pittsburgh just last week. McIver at the right point. He sends it down in deep. Chased in back behind the net by Shane Doan, their #1 draft pick. He is checked there. The puck is right toward the side of the net, tipped away up to Gretzky on the right wing. Gretzky to center ice. Gretzky across the line. Gretzky still driving. Pass up the middle to Yachmanev, but he was checked closely there by Darren Turcotte. Puck comes back to the King line to Sean O'Donnell, and now over to Marty McSorley. 9:43 to go in the first period. 2-2 the score. Gretzky below center ice, behind the back pass. Over on the right side to Yachmanev. He got stopped at the blue line, and the Kings go offside. We'll be back in a moment.
The Kings are swimming with sharks, and Tocchet and the Kings are looking to reel in another win. The Kings in San Jose Saturday starting at 7 with Break the Ice. And then the game at 7:30 on Prime Sports.
College basketball. Thursday's episode, 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves. Arizona battles Cal Thursday at 7:30 on Prime Sports.
This holiday season, we'd like to thank you for helping Lexus attain the highest customer loyalty of any luxury import. So we're celebrating with a December to Remember sales event. Lease an ES300 with a luxury value package for just $399 a month for 36 months. Remarkable values on every Lexus make this truly a December to Remember. So hurry. After January 3rd, it's just a memory. Buy a lease by January 3rd at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
One of the little things to Wayne Gretzky's game. Watch this move right there. You see him lunge and get the puck over the line. That ensures that no one away from the play will go offside. He does that just about every time he enters the zone. Very rarely do you see an offside with Gretzky carrying the puck.
Kings with it now, back in their own zone. Here is Kevin Todd. Gets it into Sean O'Donnell. Scratch for the Kings tonight, of course. Rob Blake out for the year. Vladimir Siplikov is out. Shuchuk is scratched tonight. Yari Perry's still out with that broken thumb. John Slaney is scratched tonight. Puck comes around to Keith Tkachuk for the Winnipeg Jets. Up ahead to Teemu Selanne. Look out for him. Selanne across the line. 18 points in his last 9 games. 9 of those were goals, 9 assists. In deep is Eddie Olczyk. Olczyk is checked there, and the puck comes around the right point to Darren Quinn. Quinn sends it down in deep, back behind the net. Keith Tkachuk protecting the puck, trying to get it in front of Sean O'Donnell. He takes it. Tkachuk with it. Feeds it to Jamnov. Jamnov back to Tkachuk. Shoots, and it's just deflected wide. Maybe Kelly Rudy got a piece of it with his glove. Now here's Teemu Selanne. Selanne behind the net. He's got Darren Quinn. Shoots. He scores! Darren Quinn with his second straight goal. Came right into the slot, took the pass, and the Winnipeg Jets, with 3 unanswered goals, lead 3-2.
Bob, the Kings look confused. There's no doubt about it. Talking to Larry Robinson the last couple of days, he feels that players are trying to do too much in their own zone. There's the finish of the play. Quint jumping in. Watch Rudy go down, and he really doesn't see the play again because the puck's coming through Marty McSorley's legs. And Kelly Rudy never made his way back to his feet. The second goal tonight, only the 5th of the season for Darren Quint. But the Winnipeg Jets continue to play like they started this game. They lead 3-2.
Darren Quint, the 19-year-old rookie, gets his second straight goal, 5th of the year. And the Winnipeg Jets have a 3-2 lead. Puck driven down in deep. Selanne and Jamnov with the assist at 11:20. So for the first time in 9 games that Kelly Rudy has started, he's allowed more than 2 goals. Puck comes up to center ice and taken by Philippe Boucher, who drives it right back in. The Winnipeg Jets, pretty good offensive team. They came into the game tied for 7th in the league in goals scored. They've now scored 137 goals this year. The Kings have scored 127. Pass up the middle, and Dallas Drake apparently got his skate caught or something. I don't know, did he get touched? He just went down and got up and is now skating over to the bench. There was nobody near him, and his leg went out from underneath him. Winnipeg Jets with it back in their own zone. They scored 3 goals in 3 minutes and 54 seconds and have the lead at 3-2. Here at the right point, Sidor's pass. Now Granato shoots, and a stick save. It comes back into the corner. Chasing it in is Aki Berg. Berg can't get it. Kings try to hold it in, and they do along the left wing boards, but now it's chipped out to center ice by McIver to Stapleton. Stapleton on the right wing, sends it in front, intercepted there by Aki Berg. Well, give the Winnipeg Jets credit. They were down 2-0 early in the game, Jim, and they didn't get down on themselves. They came right back and took the lead.
Bob, I thought they were playing well right from the drop of the puck, and just a couple of weird goals. Certainly a great pass by Gretzky and Yachminev on the Kings' first goal, but after that, the Jets were still controlling the game. Now they lead by 1.
Here's Gretzky again to Granato. He shoots. It's deflected in the corner by McIver. Puck comes up the middle, taken by the Winnipeg Jets. Back they come to center ice. Left wing side. Chris King across the blue line. Throws it down in deep. Kelly Rudy will take it there, and he leaves it behind the net. Winnipeg changes on the fly. Here's Granato. His pass out to center ice. Played now across the line by Tocchet to Gretzky. Now his pass broken up at the blue line. Taken by the Winnipeg Jets, Shane Doan. Doan down the left side, trying to get around Kristich. Goes in deep. Wrap around. Shoots. He scores! Shane Doan on the wrap around, and it's 4-2 Winnipeg.
Certainly at times you can get a feel for a team and tell the way they're playing by the atmosphere surrounding the team. Right now, the Kings look confused, including goaltender Kelly Rudy. Anytime the puck goes in on the short side, the goaltender will tell you it's a bad goal. Now, Kelly Rudy leaves his post. Watch his left foot. It just leaves, and it actually looks like Kelly Rudy was off balance, too. Another good look at it coming up right here. Doan took it all the way from the neutral zone. Watch Rudy off balance. It's almost like he's falling to his right. The puck sneaks in under his left foot. Jets lead by 2.
4 unanswered goals for the Winnipeg Jets. That's an unassisted goal for Shane Doan. Here they have it again. Selanne turns his shot. Knocked down in front. Backhander saved by Rudy on Eddie Olczyk. And he covers it up. Keith Tkachuk was trying to jam it in. Rudy made that save. We'll be back in a moment.
You know, the Ford guys just sent me something. I wonder what they're up to now. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the new Taurus. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Oh, look at those lights. Wonder what they did to the inside. Oh, they put everything in one place. That's a great design. Everybody's going to be copying this Taurus. Oh, there's a wagon.
Now, this is how people organized their finances back when Great Western Bank got started. Well, today, all you need is a Great Western checking account. You can direct deposit your paycheck, pay your mortgage, take care of your car payment, all automatically. If you want the best way to get organized, ask the folks who've been working on it for 100 years.
Friday night, the mailman stops by the Great Western Forum. It's Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz taking on the Lakers. Tune in Friday at 7 for the Lake Show, followed by the game, 7:30, right here on Prime Sports.
Face off in the Kings zone. Jamnov, his shot and a stick save by Kelly Rudy. Puck comes up to Tocchet. Tocchet sends it up to center ice. Now it comes back into McSorley. McSorley lost his balance at center ice, and the puck taken by Darren Quinn. So the Kings had a 2-0 lead. Now chased down by Tocchet, but beat to him by Newman. Now into Tocchet, and he can't drag it around the goaltender, Chevalier. He tried to come to the open side of the net. Now Tocchet again. In front, shot by Gretzky, knocked down the shoulder. Wrap around by Gretzky, still got it, he shoots, he scores! Wayne Gretzky, as a delayed penalty was being called against Winnipeg. Gretzky went to the backhand and put it up into the net. The Kings now trail 4-3. What a first period.
A lot of mistakes out there. Gretzky has to credit his two line mates, Kristich and Tocchet, for doing some dirty work down low. But watch Gretzky. Another one of the small things he does well, his handling of the puck on the backhand. He comes out, Jamnov gives up, but Gretzky didn't. Gretzky also picked it out of his feet a couple of times. He wants his team back in this game, so you come out on the backhand, really did not have total control of the puck until the end, puts it up top, Kings right back in it.
Puck is taken now by the Kings back in their own zone. Stephen Finn to Eric Lacroix. Gretzky gets his 11th goal of the season. And Dmitry Kristich and Rick Tocchet with the assist at 14:29. So the Kings back in it, but we get an offside here against the Kings. 5:09 left to go here in the first period. Kings down by 1.
Travel provided by U.S. Air, offering first class for the price of a restricted coach fare on flights from Los Angeles to Boston, Hartford, and New York's LaGuardia.
Eddie Olczyk of the Winnipeg Jets went to the dressing room a few moments ago. We're not sure exactly what happened to him. Eddie's got a good friend, David Friedland, watching tonight in Las Vegas, whose mother just passed away. And Eddie said if you could just tell him I'm thinking about him tonight, we'd appreciate it. So we passed that along for Eddie Olczyk. Here is Dallas Drake on the right side. Feeds it left side to Jamnov. He's checked there by John Druce. Alexei Jamnov still with it. Jamnov on the left side. Throws it down in deep behind the net. Dallas Drake checked hard by Stephen Finn. He pushes Drake down on the boards. Igor Korolev tried to come back and get it. He didn't get it. Jamnov, he gave it away. Kings come back to center ice. Working on a 3-on-3. Right wing is Todd. Todd across the line. Sends it down in deep, but John Druce can't get to it. Todd with it again. Right wing side. He gets a shot. Save made. Druce on the rebound. Trying to get it over there in Lacroix. Lacroix tried to get it to Todd. It was up in the air and pinching in is Sador. Sador down on the right wing corner. Checked there by Igor Korolev. Sador still with it. Throws it in front. Broken up by Norm McIver. 4:13 to go in the first period. 7 goals have been scored already tonight. The Kings got the first 2. The Jets got the next 4. And then Gretzky from Kristich and Tocchet at 14:29 brought the Kings back to within 1. Here is Yannick Perreault. Perreault over now to Robert Long with a backhander wide. Rebound taken by Chris King. Long took it away. Gets it to Yannick Perreault. On the right point to Sador. Sador's pass broken up and cleared by Dave Manson. So Larry Robinson coming into the game tonight, happy with the Kings defense, which came in 11th or 12th in the league tonight. Here's Sador with a shot. Save made. Rebound. Yannick Perreault, and it rolled away from him. Perreault to Robert Long, didn't get it. Out at the left point. Held in by Aki Berg. Berg moving in. He shoots. Blocked on the way in. Kings with it again. Jeff Finley blocked the shot. Puck comes over to Robert Long. Long, left wing side. Kings trying to tie it up. Long checked by Finley. Long stays with it. Jets took it away, and they're going to be able to clear. Shane Doan on the right side. Feeds it up to center ice. Across the line. Darren Turcotte. Poke checked away by Aki Berg. 3:08 to go in the first period. 4-3 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Puck comes back to the Winnipeg line. Played there by Daryl Shannon. He drives it into the King zone. Taken there by Sador. Sador's pass deflected up along the glass. Knocked down, and a hand pass called against the Winnipeg Jets. 2:52 to go in the first period.
Southwest Airlines is proud to present Fun Pack ski vacations to New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, and Utah. Packages include round-trip airfare, 2 nights hotel accommodations, rental car or transfers, and lift tickets. But not lessons. Fun Pack vacations from the low-fare airline.
Down there, everything comes with instructions. Up here, you follow your instincts. High country barley, Rocky Mountain water, brewed a mile high. Original Coors in the yellow can. There's nothing like the beer from up here.
This is the way things have been going tonight. Yannick Perreault driving to the front, doing exactly what he should do. Puck's there, wide open net. Bounces, he just shanks it wide, Bob. The pucks that shouldn't be going in tonight are going in. You saw that last play, a puck that should have went in, just missed wide.
Gretzky to the Winnipeg line, holds it onside, but then got knocked down, and here's Alexei Jamnov. Jamnov to Teemu Selanne. Selanne shoots, and it's deflected up over the net. Puck is taken by Marty McSorley. Now it comes up the middle. Kachuk took it away. His shot blocked by Sean O'Donnell, and the Kings can't clear. Right side, Jamnov shoots, save Rudy, rebound, deflected in front. Jamnov with it again. Jamnov to the blue line, to Quinn, looking for his third of the night, and a glove save by Kelly Rudy.
Kings Hockey on Prime Sports is being brought to you by Coors Light. Shipped cold to preserve the clean taste of the Rockies. Coors Light. Tap the Rockies.
Tough night for goaltenders, but Kelly Rudy, 2 big saves. One on the far side. Watch this rebound. And Jamnov gets that up. Kelly Rudy just lunging back. Takes it off the shoulder. 2 good saves by Rudy. 4-3 Winnipeg Jets.
There's Alexei Jamnov over on the Winnipeg bench. He had 5 goals in his first 3 games this season. Left point, shot from there by Dave Manson, deflected into the corner. Philippe Boucher tried to get it, but Eastwood took it away. Mike Eastwood with it. Eastwood throws it back behind the net, and a pass behind the back by Stapleton, taken away by Eric Lacroix. Over to Yachmanev. Yachmanev, right side. He gets checked hard along the boards by Dave Manson. Into the corner went Todd. Now Yachmanev trying to get it. Todd gets up. Manson pins him along the boards. Back behind the net. Yachmanev wrapped around. Pass in front. Picked up there by Todd on the backhand. Save made by Chevelday. Puck held in by Stephen Finn, but now taken by the Winnipeg Jets. And Norm McIver comes to center ice and throws it down in deep into the King zone. Boucher on the right wing side, taken away by Jim McKenzie. McKenzie back behind the King net, wrapped up by Boucher. Into the corner goes McKenzie. Boucher stays right with him. And the Kings over to get it with 1:26 left to go here in the first period, with the Kings down 4-3. Kevin Todd rolls a bouncer down into the Winnipeg zone. Kings will change on the fly. Puck is taken by Mike Stapleton. His dad, Whitey Stapleton, played in the NHL for the Chicago Blackhawks. Puck taken by John Drews. Now Sador moves it over to Yannick Perreault, to Aki Berg, up ahead towards center ice to Sador, but he gets stopped there. Here come the Jets again. Dallas Drake. Drake, his pass went behind Igor Korolev. Picked up by the Kings. Back to center ice with less than a minute to go in the first period. Down the right wing is John Drews. He gets stopped there, and Jamnov in to get it. Alexei Jamnov put it in the corner, taken away for the Kings. Yannick Perreault trying to get it back to Tony Granato. Granato on the left side. His pass broken up and cleared out to center ice. 38 seconds left to go here in the first period. 4-3 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Puck taken at center ice by the Kings. Here's Granato across the line. Offside called against the Kings. Well, this gives us a chance to tell you what's on tap on our Prime Sports telecast tonight. At the end of the first period, you're going to see that man. Jim will talk with Kevin Todd. We'll show you the NHL 1995 review. Talk about Tippa King 96, which is coming up in March. And take you back to this date in 1991 in Kings history. And also have the highlights of the first and second period. So Larry Robinson doing a lot of coaching over on the bench tonight. His team jumped out to a 2-0 lead, then gave up 4 unanswered goals. Right now it's 4-3. Here's a lead pass ahead, and Shane Doan can't get a good shot. Flipped it off into the corner. Played there by Chris King. King with a wraparound pass up the middle. Taken on the right side by Teppo Numminen. Numminen steps around Christic. Shoots, and a score. It was tipped in. Kelly Rooney, I thought, had it for a moment, and it was tipped in. And the Kings have given up 5 goals in the first period, and they trail 5-3. This goal comes with 7 3/10 seconds left in the period. Here's Teppo Numminen. Throws it in front. Darren Turcotte, number 89, reached out and tipped it past Kelly Rudy. There's Rudy with a save, but there is Turcotte putting it into the far corner. Numminen with the assist. At 7 3/10 seconds left in the first period, McSorley drives it into the Winnipeg zone, and that's the end of the first period. 8 goals scored in the period. Winnipeg leads 5-3. Jim will talk with Kevin Todd next.
What do you look for in a restaurant? Good food, location, and atmosphere, right? What if there was a place that had all that, but instead of just good, it was great? Topper's Restaurant and Cantina. We've got the view. Authentic Mexican cuisine, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, live nightly entertainment, plus the best happy hour on the west side 7 days a week, all atop the Radisson Huntley Hotel in Santa Monica. Plan to have your next party in one of our large banquet facilities. Topper's Restaurant and Cantina.
Here at Carlson's, we have hundreds of refrigerators in stock ready for same-day delivery. Little cube models for only $88, all the way up to the giant GE profile model. This one with the Carlson's exclusive, the automatic sandwich dispenser. Ham and cheese on rye, hold the pickles. And here at Carlson's, you never have to worry about the price. There are lots of places to shop, but when you need a quality appliance or TV at a low discount price, Carlson's is the place to buy. And thanks for listening.
You've been holding back all year. Isn't it about time you did something good for yourself? Like stopping by your Chevy Geo dealer during the year-end countdown and getting a special smart lease on this fabulous Chevy Lumina. It includes great features like their standard dual airbags, room for 6 adults, and powerful V6. And that's just for starters. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can enjoy today.
Chevy Lumina, just $269 a month at your Southern California Chevy dealer.
You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
At the Good Guys, we have something even better than 50-yard line seats to the Super Bowl. All big screens are on sale with savings from $30 to $300 on every brand and every model. And we have the best selection of great brand name big screens anywhere. And get no payments and no finance charges until July 1997 on any Mitsubishi big screen. That's no payments and no accrued interest for 18 months. Only at the Good Guys, where better doesn't cost more.
Hold it. This isn't you, it's an older guy. Oh, that was before I got rid of my gray hair with Just for Men hair color.
Come on, that's too natural to be hair coloring.
Just for Men. Apply and in 5 minutes rinse. Gray is blended away for a totally natural look.
Think it'll work for me? In 5 minutes.
Just for Men looks too natural to be hair coloring. And now try Just for Men Color Gel for the hard-to-color hair of mustaches and beards. Brush in, rinse out. Just 5 minutes.
It's Wiener Schnitzel's 99-cent deals. A Polish sandwich, chili cheeseburger, chili cheese fries, or quarter-pound jumbo mustard dog for a measly 99 cents each.
Make every vacation a national holiday with National's low vacation rates.
Go skiing. There you go. Or take a break and just relax.
Make your vacation a national holiday. Call your travel agent or 1-800-CAR-RENT.
We're back live at the Great Western Forum. Well, the Kings led 2-0, but look at the score after one period. The Winnipeg Jets 5, the Los Angeles Kings 3. And joining us right now is a man coming into the game with 20 points on the season. And I guess, Kevin, the situation here, weird comes to mind. I don't know if I can remember a first period like this, but can you get a feel for what's going on out there?
Well, we came out hard and got the early lead. And it seemed like, we just stopped working the way what made us successful. We stopped doing, and they poured it on, and they got a couple power play goals, and then they just kept coming. We got 40 minutes left. The good thing is we got 40 minutes left to battle back hard, and we got to take it a shift at a time and chip away at the lead.
Certainly, everyone watching the game, including myself, again, that weird comes up. When you get back in the dressing room in the intermission here between periods, do you guys talk about the situation specifically, or because it was such a weird period, do you just kind of slough it off and say, hey, let's go the rest of the way, just like you mentioned 40 minutes to go?
Well, we realized that, it wasn't one of our stronger periods. We didn't play that well on our own end that period, but we can score goals, our team, and, we're down 5-3, but, there's still 40 minutes. This is our building, and it's 40 minutes, and it really doesn't matter if we win 6-5 or 9-8 or 1-0. We got to get the 2 points, and right now, there's a logjam. Everyone's fighting for a playoff spot. I know it's the middle of the season, but these points are just as big as the ones down the line, and we need this game.
Well, Kevin, certainly we've talked about your consistent scoring so far this year. You mentioned the Kings can score a lot of goals. We talked about a month ago and kind of said, surprised at your offense because you were known mostly as a check or as a face-off man. Right now, because you've been so consistent, do your teammates looking at you right now saying, hey, Kevin, you go out and get us a goal?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be playing with some good players lately, and we've been working hard, and puck's been bouncing my way lately, but I like to score. I like to score, and I like to win. But when I'm not scoring, my main objective for me is for our team to win. If we win 1-0 and I don't get no points, it's fine with me. But when the games like tonight, everyone's counted on to score, and I'm sure I'm counting on the score tonight, too.
Well, Kevin, difficult situation. Thanks very much for stopping by.
Thanks a lot.
Kevin Todd has joined us after one period to play. The Winnipeg Jets lead the Los Angeles Kings 5-3. Coming up next, we'll give you some information on the Kings' annual fundraiser. It's Tip a King 96, right after these words.
Silver Bullet is shipped cold to tap the clean taste of the Rockies.
Tap the Rockies. Coors Light. I'm gonna run to the wind. I'm gonna fly like fire. First, I think I need a cold shower. Is it you? Is it me?
You want to see hitting, passing, scoring?
Winding up for the shot. It's to the puck. It's gone. Goes to the net.
You want to know if there's life after football? Yeah, they call it the NHL on Fox. It's a beautiful thing.
The NHL on Fox begins with the All-Star Game, January 20th.
Once a year, and only once a year, the Men's Warehouse has a sale, and this is it. Save an additional 20 to 40% off the Men's Warehouse everyday low prices. Save on a wide variety of selected suits, sport coats, slacks, shirts, ties, and shoes. Save on a giant assortment of single and double-breasted suits and sport coats. It takes a Men's Warehouse sale to beat a Men's Warehouse price. I guarantee it.
Every Sunday, you tell the TV, even I could have caught that pass. Even I could have run through that hole. Well then, go for it. Enter NFL Air It Out. the NFL's official 4-on-4 flag football tournament, presented by Budweiser, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, and Ocean Spray. NFL Air It Out flag football is open to men, women, and children of all ages, sizes, and abilities. So sign up now, because even you can air it out.
A new year is here, and our resolution at Prime Sports is more college basketball. 45 games during January, featuring some of the top teams in the country. More All-Stars on the hardwood and the ice. Sabalos and the Lakers against the Mailman, Mutombo, Akeem, and Alonzo. Gretzky and the Kings, and Korea and the Ducks against Lindros, Messier, Fedorov, and Fleury. If you want more in '96, get started during January on Prime Sports.
There are those who appreciate a Carl's Jr. superstar, and there are those who don't. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
Going bald? For 2 weeks only, Winston Tires is offering a cure. 4 tires starting as low as $69. Sale ends January 13th.
Some guests received Klipsch audio and home theater speaker systems. Bring the excitement of music and movies into your living room. Klipsch, only $8.99 at all Good Guys stores.
We're back at the Great Western Forum at the end of the first period in tonight's game between the Los Angeles Kings and the Winnipeg Jets. Well, the holidays are over, and that means the next big event for the Kings off the ice is Tippecanoe 96, Sunday, March 3rd at Hollywood Park. It benefits the Kings family of charities. Jim Fox, always a big night.
It certainly is. It's a lot of fun for everyone. Maybe one of the few chances that a lot of fans get a chance to meet face-to-face the Kings players, the coaching staff. Bob Miller will be there. Everyone will be there. And really, it is a fun night, kind of a carnival atmosphere, and at the same time, raising a lot of money for charity. Now, we're going to take a look at a few of the specifics right now. To get general admission tickets, you can only get them through a lottery. You send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Tippecanoe 96. General admission lottery. You see the address on your screen right there. It's $50 per ticket, a maximum of 4 tickets per household. There's also VIP tables. You can get information on the VIP section or the general admission lottery by calling the Tippecanoe hotline. There's the number, 310-330-2490.
And as I said, it's always a big night. We've appreciated all of your support in the past. We look forward to seeing you at Tippecanoe this year. We'll be back with first period highlights in just a moment.
Hi folks, Maurice Claff here, president of La Brea Avenue Motors, here to introduce you to the all-new 96 Chrysler minivans. Chrysler took 12 years of customer input and recommendations to build this new minivan. It has all the features you asked for at a low, low price you can afford. La Brea Avenue Motors is your minivan store with a huge selection, volume discounts, and 24-month leases at low rates. Come check out the minivans at the minivan store, La Brea Avenue Motors on the corner of 4th and La Brea, just south of Melrose in Hollywood.
What do you look for in a restaurant? Good food, location, and atmosphere, right? What if there was a place that had all that, but instead of just good, it was great? Topper's Restaurant and Cantina. We've got the view. Authentic Mexican cuisine, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, live nightly entertainment, plus the best happy hour on the west side 7 days a week, all atop the Radisson Huntley Hotel in Santa Monica. Plan to have your next party in one of our large banquet facilities. Topper's Restaurant and Cantina.
Did you know that the Toyota Camry was called the best car built in America? You did? Bet you didn't know that right now, during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get a Camry DX for nothing down and $249 a month. That's right, 0 down and only $249 a month. Aren't you glad you know now? So is my dad. He's over there with my mom.
This is great.
It must be good. My dad is not easily impressed. He's like me. Toyotathon ends soon.
In the world of credit cards, the traffic is getting pretty heavy, and it's easy to get confused by all the complicated new card offers and restrictions. But people who know where they're going use one card, Discover Card, with the cashback bonus award, the Smart Rate program, and no annual fee. For a positive impact on your finances, use the Discover Card. It pays to discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
Critics are calling 12 Monkeys riveting and spellbinding.
He thinks he comes from the future.
A time-warped thriller loaded with suspense.
Wackos everywhere, plague of madness.
It's Bruce Willis's best screen performance.
The thing mutates. We live underground.
Madeleine Stowe is terrific.
5 billion people are going to die.
Golden Globe nominee Brad Pitt is magnificent.
Do you realize where he comes from?
12 Monkeys is one of the year's very best films. 12 Monkeys, rated R, now playing in select areas, starts Friday everywhere.
The Lake Show, 1/2 hour before every Laker game, and after he finishes his one-on-one game or 3-on-3, Kurt Rambis comes down courtside when he's got the time.
If I'm not coaching and I'm not playing, I might as well be right here. So I'll have something to say too.
And the money's better here as it is. Also joining us, of course, our NBA reporter par excellence, Larry Burnett.
And I'll have all the pregame scoops from the locker room, plus interviews with the game's top players.
If you want to know what's going on in the NBA and with the Lakers, join us on The Lake Show.
If our double-double were any larger, you'd have to watch it on a big screen TV.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
When you're ready to quit smoking, we can help. Call 1-800-7-NO-BUTTS and start breathing easier.
Excalibur Las Vegas. Rooms just $17.50 through January 25th. Call 1-800-643-9956 now.
8 goals in the first period here tonight. The Kings got off to a good start. Tony Granato got it started.
Great passing by the Kings. Set it up with a couple of timing passes on the power play. Gretzky gets it back. Here's where it starts. One long cross-ice pass. Gretzky to Yachmanev. A little bit of a fake shot. Yachmanev very unselfish. 2 cross passes. The Kings lead 1-0.
And then Marty McSorley with his 5th in the last 9 games.
Kind of a weird goal again. Gretzky wins the draw cleanly on the forehand. Now watch the puck skip through. Lacroix goes at it. I believe Yachmanev's there too, but it goes in all the way. McSorley, Kings lead 2-0.
But now the Winnipeg Jets have a 2-man advantage, and this starts a deluge of goals by them.
Make it look easy, get the shots on net. Watch this long backswing, follow through all the way by Jamnov. Olczyk's there, but he doesn't need to be. 2-1 Kings.
And the next 2 by Darren Quint, the rookie.
You move the puck around, and sometimes it's difficult. Watch the goaltender, Kelly Rudy. You can't see him. Perfect screen set up there by Dallas Drake. McSorley tries to clear the front screen shot. Power play goal, Winnipeg Jets.
Watch Quint on this one. He moves right into the slot.
Well, that's what's happening. Not much checking going on. Solani behind the net. Now watch Kelly Rudy, the Kings goaltender. He expects a wraparound. He goes down, but he doesn't really get up. Another screenshot. The puck goes between the legs of Marty McSorley. All kinds of scoring there in the first period. Southwest Airlines first period stats. You can see the final score after 1 period. 5-3 Winnipeg Jets. All kinds of shots on goal. Scoring chances way up there. Hey, with all those goals, the power play has to be working well. 2 for 2 for the Jets, 1 for 1 for the Kings, and Kelly Rudy back in goal here to start the second period. It was a tough period for anyone. Exciting to watch, a lot of chances, but a lot of mistakes being made by both teams.
After that goal by Quint that you saw, then Shane Doan scored, then Gretzky scored for the Kings, but Darren Turcotte scored with only 7.5 seconds to go in the first period, and Larry Robinson and the Kings have to know that they have played a poor period, especially after getting off to a 2-0 lead here at home. The Gatorade second period faceoff coming up. Eddie Olczyk of the Winnipeg Jets, we mentioned that he went off the ice. He has a back strain. No word on whether he will return to the game tonight or not. Wayne Gretzky on the right side. His pass up the middle, taken by Knockett, but he can't hang on. And back come the Winnipeg Jets. Teemu Selanne, right side. Back to Tkachuk, back to Selanne. Selanne throws it down in deep. Laid there by Sean O'Donnell. O'Donnell clears it out to center ice. Chased down by Knockett on the right side, but it rolls to the goaltender, Cheveldae. He gives it to Teppo Numminen. Here's Teppo Numminen with it. He's in his 8th year out of Finland. Moved it up to center ice. Kings take it away. Marty McSorley. We've just started the second period here at the Great Western Forum. The Kings are down 5-3 to the Winnipeg Jets. Puck driven down in deep around the boards on the right side. Gretzky chases it down along with McSorley. Gretzky with it, tried to put it as Knockett behind the net. Jets take it away. Tkachuk, he has checked along the right wing boards, and the Kings hold it in. Gretzky down in the corner. He centered it back into the circle, but it's taken away and cleared by Teppo Numminen. We're going to get an icing call here against the Winnipeg Jets.
Bob, that weird first period I was talking about, I'm sure it's nightmares for any head coach. Larry Robinson, I talked to him this morning. He mentioned the Kings running around a little bit in their own zone. Certainly the goals against average has been down lately, but he feels defensively in the zone, the Kings trying to do too much individually. Therefore, you start running around. That opens up a lot of things for a lot of different chances. Exactly what happened in the first period.
They've changed the Kings' second goal. They've taken it away from McSorley and given it to Vitaly Yachmanev. Yachmanev assisted by Gretzky and McSorley at 6:18 That was the Kings' second goal of the night. So Yachmanev gets his 13th of the season. It's 5-3 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Puck is taken by the Kings. Back to center ice. Eric Lacroix sends it off the boards. Then he goes down. And fans wanted a penalty on Stapleton, but nothing is called. And Stephen Finn at center ice backhands it into the Winnipeg zone. In to get it is Norm McIver. Now gives it to Stapleton. Stapleton up to center ice to Igor Korolev. Korolev to the blue line. Hit shot blocked right back out to center ice by Philippe Boucher. Boucher with it. Boucher across the line. Boucher trying to get around Manson. Boucher down in deep to Granato, but tipped away by Stapleton. Out to the blue line, and it bounces out to center ice. 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. Puck comes on the left wing side. Igor Korolev took it for a moment, but then he got knocked down by Eric Lacroix. Lacroix checked by Dallas Drake. Kings bring it up to center ice. Trailing 5-3. Tony Granato on the right wing. Granato checked by Manson into the corner. Here's Yannick Perreault. Perreault for the Kings trying to give it to Granato. Granato with it on the right side. Sends it right in front of the crease. Tipped out to the blue line and out to center ice. Kings have got Daryl Sador back. He gives it to the blue line, right side to Yachmanev. Tipped away from him. Winnipeg Jets with it now. Sent down in deep in the Kings zone. Kelly Rudy sweeps it up around on the glass, but Darren Turcotte knocks it down. He's checked by Aki Berg. Puck comes left side. Shannon with a shot barrel. Shannon leaning into that, but he got it up high and wide. Puck taken by Shane Doan. Doan down in the corner. Aki Berg takes it away for the Kings. Berg's pass. Knocked down by Chris King. King into Doan. Doan for the Winnipeg Jets. He's got a goal on a wrap around the night. In front and shot wide as he gave it to Chris King. And the Kings come back to center ice. The stop there is John Drews. Puck is back in the Kings zone. 16:58 to go here in the second period. The Jets don't look like a team that has lost 6 straight on the road. They were down 2-0, but now they lead 5-3. Across the line, Stapleton, left wing side. Stapleton for the Winnipeg Jets throws it down and deep, knocked away by Kelly Rudy to the side of the net. But the Kings can't hang on to it. Shot is just knocked down by Rudy as Quint was looking for the hat trick. Would have been the first of his career. And it was just knocked away. And John Drews to center ice. Drews throws it down in towards Chevelday. Chevelday put it back up on the board, but it's taken now by the Winnipeg Jets, and back to center ice they come. Mike Eastwood fires it down in the Kings zone. Laid along the board by Jim McKenzie, but Marty McSorley took it away, and he wraps it hard around the board, back to center ice. And into the Winnipeg zone. The Kings will be called for icing here as Darren Quint goes back to touch it. 5-3 Winnipeg, second period.
Right now, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares starting at just $19 one way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. It's such a good deal, people everywhere see it as the perfect opportunity to get away. But if you want Gotta Go fares to be your big break, you'd better hurry. Gotta Go fares from $19, only on Southwest, the low-fare airline.
This holiday season, we'd like to thank you for helping Lexus attain the highest customer loyalty of any luxury import. So we're celebrating with a December to Remember sales event. Get an ES300 with a luxury value package and save up to $2,000. Lexus corporate support means you'll find remarkable values on every model. So hurry, or it won't be a December to remember. Buy a lease by January 3rd at your Southern California Lexus dealer.
Tune in tomorrow night for Pac-10 basketball action as the Arizona Wildcats take on the Cal Bears. Join Steve Biziak, Bill Walton for all the action Thursday at 7:30 right here on Prime Sports.
Face-off here will be to the left of Kelly Rudy. Teemu Solani facing on for the Winnipeg Jets. Robert Long for the Kings, and the Kings control it. Sean O'Donnell sends it around the boards over to Pat Conacher. Conacher got it out to center ice, but it's batted away by Darren Quint. Marty McSorley with it now, back in the Kings zone. Kings down 5-3, second period. At center ice, puck comes back across the King line, and Marty McSorley plays it there. McSorley's pass up to center ice, but out of the reach of everybody, and chased by Darren Quint back behind his own net. Quint's pass up on the left wing side. Winnipeg Jets come to center ice. 3-on-2. Jamnov to Solani to Jamnov, and they would have been offside of the blue line. Kings turn it back the other way to Robert Long. Long pulls up, still has it, can't get the shot. Comes to McSorley, right point. McSorley, his drive is wide to the left. Teemu Solani up the center with Keith Tkachuk. Gives it to Tkachuk, and an offside pass called against the Winnipeg Jets.
Well, Bob, that last shift, much like the first period, back and forth action wide open. While I was downstairs during the first intermission, I ran into Pat Conacher. He was down there changing a blade on his skate. When he said to me, he says, that first period felt just like an East-West game. What he meant by that was, in practice, a lot of times, the team will split up. The Eastern North Americans against the... Well, actually, that may change nowadays with all the Europeans in the game. But they play a game, no hitting. It's kind of like a shinny game of hockey, where you just hold on to the puck and move it around. He said that's exactly the way the first period was. A whole bunch of skating, a whole bunch of handling the puck, no hitting, and obviously a lot of goals.
Wayne Gretzky behind the net, wrap around, pass up the middle, tipped away. Tried to get it to Dmitri Kristich. Comes all the way back down into the King zone and chased down by Stephen Finn. And we have an icing call against the Winnipeg Jets. So a face-off back in the Jets zone. 14:58 to go here in the second period. And again, a reminder to call right now for information on the Kings Holiday Sampler. Tickets to 6 home games for as little as $132. Call 310-419-3800. Call right now.
So I guess if you're in Moscow, Bob, that's Western Russia. If you're in Chelyabinsk, that's Eastern Russia. Is that how it works?
I guess so.
I'll bring a map next game. We'll figure it out.
You're the one that's been over in Russia. I've never been over there. I don't even think I can say Chelyabinsk. I guess I can. Here's Turcotte on the left wing, and he goes down in deep in the corner, but is taken by Stephen Finn. Jim, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Kings come back from what was a good start, and then it fell apart here at home, and now they've got to get back in this game. They're down 5-3.
I picked up on a feeling in the first period by the Kings, and it was uncomfortable all the way. Right from the goaltender, Kelly Rudy, to the forwards. They just were not comfortable. They have to find a way to just take a step back, take a deep breath, and get some comfort, some feel, some confidence back in their game. First period, no confidence at all.
Winnipeg Jets move it around the boards out to center ice. Philippe Boucher takes it away and sends it back into the Winnipeg zone. Cheveldae put it up the left side. Kings changing on the fly. Chris King with it there. Drives it hard around the boards in the King zone. 6 minutes gone by here in the second period. Kings are down 5-3. Puck bounces over to Kevin Todd. He had 5 shots on goal in the first period. Todd to Granato. Granato to Todd, but the Winnipeg Jets stand there and take it away. It's sent by Korolev into the King zone, where it's broken up by Aki Berg over to Sador. Now to center to Kristich. Kristich across the line. Dropped it back to Granato with a shot blocked on the way in. Blocked by Shannon. Back from the Winnipeg Jets. Dallas Drake 3-on-2 for Winnipeg. Left side. Korolev to Drake. He shoots wide to the right side. A 3-on-2 outnumbered attack for the Winnipeg Jets. Dallas Drake with it. Drake behind the net. Now still controls. He gets knocked down. Puck is along the boards and played there up on the right side. As the Kings bring it to center ice, it was Kevin Todd through the check, cleared into center. Puck is down in deep and played by Daryl Shannon. There's been only 1 shot in this period by Winnipeg. Now that might be an indication of a turnaround, but they've had a couple of outnumbered attacks. There's a shot by Drake up high and knocked down by the glove of Kelly Rudy. Comes over to Sador. He clears it to center, and it comes all the way down in towards Cheveldae.
And finally, both teams starting to throw some checks. The Kings had a check, a hard one by Eric Lacroix right there. The Jets come back, so the hitting is picking up too.
Emu Solani left side, drops it again up to Solani with a quick one-timer and a save by Kelly Rudy. Solani with it again. Right side, shot by Quinn, the save made. Darren Quinn, he's got 2 goals already tonight. Here's Tkachuk with it. Keith Tkachuk to the right side to Numanen. Numanen shoots, deflected wide. Rebound to Jamnov. Jamnov behind the net, around in front. Jamnov turns and just couldn't come back to his forehand. It's taken by Solani. Right side to Quinn, shooting, it's knocked down in front. Tkachuk with it. The Winnipeg Jets buzzing around the King zone. Pass to Solani. Took it off his skate. Now he's got it again. Solani at the left point. Solani hanging on, gets it into Jamnov. Tried to feed it back to Solani. Broken up for a moment. Jets with it again. Tkachuk along the left wing board. Tkachuk gives it to Jamnov. Back behind the net to Solani. Into Tkachuk and a save at point-blank range by Kelly Rudy. And the Kings tuck it underneath. What pressure by the Winnipeg Jets. And Rudy had to make a big save on Keith Tkachuk.
Coors Light, the silver bullet. It's shipped cold to preserve the clean taste of the Rockies.
Who's next?
Hi, Stan. I'm Jack. Our kids are in Little League.
Well,
Hope my humble hamburger meets with your approval. Of course, it's not as fancy as your grilled sourdough burger, with its big, juicy patty, melted cheese and bacon, and those famous warm and toasty grilled sourdough slices. I'm just a hard-working mailman with store-bought buns.
I'll just have some beans.
Oh, sure. Mock my beans.
If you keep your feet moving, a lot of good things happen. Keith Tkachuk, good shot here, but watch out O'Donnell, the Kings. He goes right after the man exactly like he should. He clears Tkachuk out of the way. But Bob, that whole shift, the Winnipeg Jets, all three forwards, kept their legs going, kept the knees, the feet, quick moving all the way. And all shift, the Kings one step behind. The Jets had 2 or 3 good quality chances.
They had 6 shots in the last minute and a half just on that shift alone. And just before that, I had mentioned that they'd had only 1 shot in the period. 5-3 in favor of Winnipeg, second period. Pass goes to Yachmanev. He's got a goal tonight. Back to Robert Long. Long for the Kings, still with it. Both teams at full strength. Gives it to Finn. His shot, save, rebound, in front. Yachmanev can't jam it in. Cheveldae made the save on a shot by Stephen Finn, and the puck is taken down by the Winnipeg Jets. Moved by Stapleton to center to Mike Eastwood. Eastwood throws it back behind the net with 11:30 left to go in the second period. Don't forget, the Kings are home Saturday night against the San Jose Sharks. Tickets available for box office and Ticketmaster. Robert Long with a shot wide. Rebound off the board. Play to the right point by Philippe Boucher. Boucher's pass wide of the net. Going for there is Finley, who had been knocked down. He got up. Now he's checked by Conacher. Conacher and Finley hold it against the boards. 11:14 left now in the second.
It's legal to drive in a convertible eating a new Carl's Jr. Classic Double. It's just not smart. If it doesn't get all over the place, it doesn't belong in your face.
So the Los Angeles Kings down by 2 goals. They've had only 1 win in the last 7 games. A win, 3 losses, and 3 ties, and only 4 wins in the last 18. Face off to the right of the Winnipeg Jets goaltender, Jim Cheveldae. Nikolai Habebulin, who was their #1 goaltender, out with a strained ligament in his right knee. He had started 16 straight before the injury.
Terry Simpson, the head coach of the Winnipeg Jets. That last face-off, a false face-off, looked like the Winnipeg Jets moved first. Dallas Drake had to take the draw.
Drake against Gretzky, and off the draw, the puck is flipped up in the air and comes out of play. Came off the stick and was deflected up into the crowd.
I mentioned that last draw. Wayne Gretzky won a draw earlier in the game cleanly to set up a goal. That time, he just tied up the centerman and allowed Dmitry Kristich. Watch Kristich, left side of your screen. He's a right-hand shot. Gretzky takes the man. Kristich picks up the loose puck. Tries to get a shot on goal. It's deflected into the crowd. Good job on the draw, though.
Now chased behind the net by Kristich. Now along the boards on the right side. Tocchet to Gretzky. Tried to give it to Tocchet. He was ready to shoot, but it never got to him. It was taken away by Norm McIver. Norm McIver cleared it back out to center ice. Puck is taken down by the Kings back in their own zone. 10:49 to go here in the second period. Kings are down 5-3. Dallas Drake throws it down in deep. Sador checked there along the boards. As Korolev tried to dig it out, Jamnov is there. Puck comes loose to Rick Tocchet. Tocchet against the right wing board. Tocchet gives it up ahead to Gretzky. Gretzky's pass at center ice. Tocchet with it, poked it over to Kristich. Kristich stick handle, still has it. Checked by Korolev and knocked down. And the puck taken away by Alexei Jamnov. Jamnov with Drake, feeds it off on the right side, and Korolev with it there. Igor Korolev, his pass down the corner. Aki Berg broke it up, and Korolev gets it again. Centers it to Jamnov. Jamnov off to the right side. He gives it to Igor Korolev. Korolev checked by Aki Berg. Now Jamnov over to get it. The puck bounces loose to Tocchet. He didn't clear. Shot saved by Kelly Rudy on the shot by Manson. And a face-off coming up. The Kings had a chance to clear, and Tocchet didn't do it.
A little sloppy up the middle by the Kings on that play. Hard shot by Dave Manson. Discover Card Trivia tonight. The Jets are one of only 2 pre-1990 NHL teams that have never won a division title. Can you name the other team? And I think it's going to be a big surprise to a lot of people. We'll take a look at that last chance by the Jets. Dave Manson has one of the hardest shots in the league. Skills competition, clocked at over 100 miles an hour. You saw Tocchet try to come up the middle, and Kelly Rudy gets his entire body in front of it. Although after the shot, I think Kelly wishes he'd done something else on the play. He goes down, doubles over, makes the save on the hard shot by the defenseman of the Winnipeg Jets.
Aaron Turcotte on the faceoff to the right of Kelly Rudy, and the loose puck in the slot, and it tipped away from Turcotte, but Granato can't clear. It's held in by Teppo Numminen. Kings are down 5-3, 9:45 to go here in the second period. Eric Lacroix can't handle the pass, but it deflects off him out to center ice. The Jets have to touch up with the blue line. Marty McSorley back in to get it. 5-3 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. Puck is cleared out to center ice. Taken now by Teppo Numminen, and he drives it right back in. In case you joined us late, 8 goals were scored in the first period tonight. And that's the total that's been scored in the game. The Kings got the first 2, but the Jets got the next 4.
I've been talking about the feel of the game. Well, in the second period, certainly the hitting has picked up. You can hear it up here 3 or 4 times. I mentioned Eric Lacroix. It looked like Shane Doan of the Jets on the last shift, just trying to follow through his checks. And at times, that's what a team does after a scrambling period. They go into the intermission, they go into the dressing room, they talk about just coming out. And one thing that a lot of players can control on a shift is taking the body. You say to himself, every time I get on the ice, I'm going to make at least 1 check, get myself into the game. And at that point, sometimes it settles down the team by picking up the hitting.
Kings have done very well the last 5 games against Winnipeg. They haven't lost. They've won 4 and tied 1 of those, including a win earlier this year. But the Jets with a 2-goal lead in this game here in the second period. Alexei Jamna up to center ice, right down the middle, and it's taken away by Marty McSorley. McSorley turns it back the other way for the Kings. Up to center ice to Granato, to Todd. Todd to Granato. Granato, Winnipeg zone to McSorley. McSorley, his pass in front. Shot, and it's knocked down in front. Sean O'Donnell with a shot. Puck centered off the boards on the right wing side and taken by the Winnipeg Jets. Solani to center ice. That was a good attack by the Kings that time.
It certainly was. Another one of those examples where when the puck should have went in, it didn't go in. We've seen so many weird goals tonight. Wide open net, and it looked like Cheveldae dived back to make the save.
McKenzie at center ice sends it across the line. McSorley chasing it in, and he's beaten to the puck there in the corner by Eastwood. Eastwood trying to throw it out in front. McSorley got it back again up on the right side. Kings come to center ice. Here's Kevin Todd. Todd sends it across the line, down in deep with 8.5 minutes left to go in the second period. Puck played off the boards and to the blue line and out to center ice. Kings bring it back in. Right side, Perreault. Backhander wide to the left side. Rebound held in by Stephen Finn. Finn to Yannick Perreault. Perreault checked the ball on the boards there as it was taken away for a moment, but now he throws it back behind the net. Kings still with it. Winnipeg zone. On the right wing side, John Drews. Drews gives it to Yannick Perreault, taken away by McKenzie, and he clears for the Winnipeg Jets. 8 minutes left to go in the second period. 5-3 in favor of Winnipeg. Puck is taken by the Kings, John Drews. Drews up to center ice. Drews still with it, rolls it across the line right toward the goaltender, and it is cleared back out to center ice by Daryl Shannon. No icing here. Kings back together with 7:43 to go in the second period. Pass up to Drews on the right wing. He tipped it down the Winnipeg zone. Kings are going to change up on the fly. Jets get it back to center ice. Boucher knocked it down. Gretzky tried to get it to the Winnipeg blue line. Couldn't do it. It comes off the skate of Turcotte at center, and Gretzky backhands it back behind the net. Cheveldae stops it there. Sweeps it around toward the left point. Here's Aki Berg with a shot on the glove save by Cheveldae. Aki Berg still looking for goal number 1 in his NHL career. Gets stopped by Cheveldae.
When you're in Los Angeles and you've got Miller Lite, life is good. Yeah, I can always use a cold. Oh, yeah. So many beaches, so little time. Nice shot. Whoa, look at that.
Icy, cold, chilly.
Fiesta. Great bars, no doubt. Cerveza fría, por favor. Yeah, so it goes something like this. You're in LA. You got Miller Lite. Life is good.
Well, my wife likes to hide a little extra money around the house because she knows we'll need it. Now, you know there's a better way. The Great Western Bank money market account. The more you put in, the higher interest you get. And you can take your money out any time. There's no penalty. Well, she's going to say, why didn't you tell me sooner? And I'm going to say, honey, you never asked.
How's the puck been bouncing for the Kings? Watch this one. McSorley jumps into the play, creates an outnumbered attack. Darren Quinn, number 5, right there. A defenseman saves his goaltender. So pretty good puck movement by the Kings. They have a wide open net. Defenseman comes up with a big save.
And on the draw, the Kings with it. Aki Berg shoots wide. Rebound off the boards, played by Korolev. Knocked down by Sador. Sador, his pass in deep to Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky tried to come in front. He gets tripped by Manson. And a penalty coming up against the Winnipeg Jets. Dave Manson, and the Kings go on the power play with 7:07 to go here in the second period.
Earlier I talked about the Winnipeg Jets getting their legs moving. That time Wayne Gretzky kept his legs moving. As soon as he gets the puck, tries to come to the front. Look at him protect the puck right there. The only way Manson can get at the puck is to go through Wayne Gretzky, and that's exactly what he does. But he has to pull down the Kings captain. Manson goes off for tripping. The Kings so far tonight are 1-for-1 on the power play. At this point, the Kings trail by 2 goals, looking for another power play goal.
The power play goal tonight by the Kings was by Tony Granato at 4:48 of the first period to give the Kings a 1-0 lead.
And Bob Gretzky setting up behind the net once again. People ask me all the time, why can't they check that play? Gretzky's been doing that his whole career. We saw the example right there because he can come out not only on his forehand, but on his backhand too. Very few players can handle a puck equally well, forehand and backhand. Gretzky can do it.
Sador at the right point. Kings on the power play. Sador's pass to Tocchet. Tocchet put it up high to Gretzky. Kristich stepped in front to Tocchet. To Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky waits there. Winnipeg zone. Gretzky still with it in front of Kristich, and a save by Cheveldae. Kings did exactly what they wanted to do. They got it to Kristich, but Cheveldae got in the way. Back behind the net is Gretzky again. Gretzky waits, comes out in front. His pass tipped away, and the Winnipeg Jets. Keith Tkachuk is going to bring it to center ice. Tkachuk hanging on, getting down the left side. He goes down the ice. Sador with his hands up. Said, I never touched him. I didn't knock him down. But comes to Kristich. Kings with it. Sador over to Tocchet. Tocchet left side of the power play. Tocchet down in deep. Gets it to Gretzky. Gretzky along the right wing board. Gretzky's pass to the blue line. Kings hold it in there. Philippe Boucher put it hard around the boards over toward Kristich. Kristich out to the left side to Sador. Sador's pass taken away and cleared by Daryl Shannon. 1 minute left to go in the King power play. We're in the second period with the Kings down 5-3 to the Winnipeg Jets. Puck is taken by Gretzky on the right side. Gretzky moving in. It rolled away from him. Now he chases it down in deep, but his pass taken away. Not clear. Nice play by Boucher to hold it in. He gives it to Gretzky. Gretzky down the right side in front of Granato, but he didn't get the shot. Here's Rob Cowie with a shot block. Held in by Eric Lacroix. And Gretzky. Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky with it. In front. Tipped away and cleared out to center ice by Chris King. 30 seconds left to go in the King power play. Gretzky with a goal and 2 assists tonight. Philippe Boucher fires it back behind the net. Cut off by Tim Cheveldae. Cheveldae put it up on the boards on the right wing. Stapleton took it away, and he clears out to center ice. Artie McSorley chasing it down. Now McSorley on the right side with 7 seconds to go in the power play. McSorley across the line. McSorley down in deep. Checked by Newman. McSorley tried to give it to Granato, and it hit a skate. Teppo Newman skate and went right toward the goaltender. He covered it up, and Manson is out of the penalty box.
Well, the Kings need a couple of goals. Gretzky with a goal and 2 assists tonight. And that brings us to this date in Kings history. We'll go back to 1991. Wayne Gretzky scores his 700th goal in the NHL. Remember this one. Watch this one. It's going to slide over very slowly to Gretzky. Wide open net. Number 700 for Gretzky. He went on to score 2 more. The Kings won 6-3 that night in Long Island. And at this point, Gretzky's goal tonight gives him 825 in his career.
Not a bad career.
Not a bad career.
All-time leading scorer, the history of the game. In points, in goals, in assists. Jamnoff on the draw, but Perreault back and a shot from the blue line by Sean O'Donnell, knocked down by Cheveldae. Puck goes into the corner. 5 minutes left to go in the second period. 5-3 in favor of the Winnipeg Jets. The Kings come into the game 9th second in the Pacific Division, tied for 5th place in the Western Conference. Now a battle along the boards as the Kings just move it enough to keep it in play, but it comes free to Jamnoff. Winnipeg Jets, Keith Tkachuk clears it up to center ice. Winnipeg Jets will be playing in Phoenix, Arizona next year. Puck flipped down in the right wing corner and chased down there by Manson. He drives it out of the right point, held in by McSorley. Hit shot just hit wide. Pat Conacher with it. Conacher left wing side into the corner to Robert Long. Long in front to Perreault. He shoots and it's wide to the right. Perreault set up right in front. Now a shot from the right side back. McSorley is saved. And here's Timo Solani. Solani with Jamnoff, the trailer. Solani to Jamnoff. Shoot, save Kelly Rudy. Rebound saved by Rudy as Tkachuk couldn't get the rebound shot up in the air on his backhand, and a face-off coming up.
Right now, Southwest Airlines has Gotta Go fares starting at just $19 one way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. It's such a good deal, people everywhere see it as the perfect opportunity to get away. But if you want Gotta Go fares to be your big break, you'd better hurry. Gotta Go fares from $19, only on Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Did you know that the Toyota Camry was called the best car built in America? You did? Bet you didn't know that right now, during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get a Camry DX for nothing down and $249 a month. That's right, 0 down and only $249 a month. Aren't you glad you know now? So is my dad. He's over there with my mom.
This is great.
It must be good. My dad is not easily impressed. He's like me. Toyotathon ends soon.
Over-aggressive coverage in the zone. Look at the two Winnipeg Jets. Tkachuk and Manson, they'll chase Robert Lung. Look at that. Stop it here. Both men commit to Lung. Yannick Perreault wide open for the Kings. He slides back, picks up the shot wide open, takes his time, then shoots wide.
Now Kelly Rudy knocks this one down and hangs on for another face-off in the King zone. 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. Yannick Perreault's had a couple of great chances. Had the wide open net in the first period and just couldn't get the good shot away. And here, shot it wide.
There was a concern earlier with Yannick Perreault. He was in a slump and he wasn't getting chances. Right now, himself, Vitaly Yachmanev, not scoring as much as the beginning of the year, but now they're getting more chances. That gives you a better feeling.
And a pass right out in front by Dallas Drake. Nice pass, but it came through in front of the net, and the Kings, Vitaly Yachmanev with it. Yachmanev moves it around to the right wing side to John Druce. 3:43 left to go here in the second period. Puck comes all the way down the Winnipeg zone. Chased down by Darren Quint. Quint gets it around to Teppo Numminen. Numminen out of Finland. Sends it up to the blue line. Yachmanev holds it in. Yachmanev over to John Druce. Druce in the Winnipeg zone to Yachmanev. Yachmanev. He gives it to Kevin Todd. Todd chased by Quint. Checked into the boards. Yachmanev with it again. Yachmanev. Backhand pass in front. Came off the skate of John Druce and up to center ice to Dallas Drake. Drake on the right side with Korolev. Gave it to Korolev, or tried to, coming down the middle. It was just out of his reach. Igor Korolev with it again. Throws it down into the right wing corner. Darren Turcotte checks Saki Berg. Berg kicks it free, and Kevin Todd takes over. 3 minutes left to go here in the second period. We had 8 goals in the first period, and nobody's been able to score yet in the second. Todd across the line. Winnipeg zone broken up by Dave Manson. Chased down the left side by Chris King. King with it for Winnipeg. Behind the back pass to Turcotte, and a save by Kelly Rudy. Now in front alone. Doan shooting, and a save by Rudy. He beat Turcotte first, and then Shane Doan. Chris King. King across the line. Shoots, and a stick save by Rudy. Rebound over to Turcotte. Turcotte with it at the blue line. Throws it in deep. Rudy handles it there. 2 excellent saves in a row by Kelly Rudy on Turcotte and Shane Doan. Winnipeg Jets moving to Chris King, left wing side, but he's beaten to it by Rob Cowie. 2:19 to go in the second period. 5-3, Winnipeg Jets lead. Here is Tony Granato up to center ice. Rolls it across the line. Norm McIver in to get it. McIver's pass around the boards, held in by Gretzky. Down in the corner, he gets it back again. Gretzky with it, top of the slot to Eric Lacroix. Lacroix sent it into the corner. Lacroix with it again. Lacroix in the Winnipeg zone. He is knocked down by Manson, and a penalty coming up. And Lacroix shaken up on the play. So boarding may be the call here as Dave Manson heads for the penalty box.
One of those situations where the offensive player, this time it's Eric Lacroix, is unaware that Dave Manson is there, and Lacroix is facing the boards. He's hit directly in the back, and that's boarding all the way. Manson was not happy. He was playing the man, but a penalty all the way. He goes to the box. So the Kings, Eric Lacroix looks like he's all right. He's going to the bench. We'll be right back with the Kings power play.
Kings hockey is being brought to you by Home Base. What are you doing today? If it's anything to do with home improvement, Home Base is ready to help.
Take a look at the boarding call. Eric Lacroix gets into the corner there with Tony Granato. Stop it right here. You see Lacroix is facing directly towards the boards. And certainly you can tell by this play, he's unaware that Dave Manson is coming in. Now the force of the check is not all that hard, but you can tell how dangerous that is. He goes face first into the boards. one of the areas the referees have been instructed to cut back on. So the call is boarding. It's a good call. Manson thinks, I'm just taking the man, but certainly the offensive player was unaware. That's criteria for a boarding call.
Kings down by 3. Puck taken in front. Saved by Chevelday on Kristich as he brought it in front. Out to the right point to McSorley. Kings on the power play, trying to get back in the game. Here's Tocchet behind the net. Tocchet to Gretzky. Gretzky right side, up the middle. McSorley shoots. Save. Rebound. Gretzky shoots. Save. Gretzky again. He waits. He shoots. It's blocked. Gretzky can't get to it, and it is covered by the goaltender, Chevelday. And now Kristich gets into a little shoving match with Jeff Finley. Well, the Kings will be up in San Jose on Friday night. We will not be televising that game. That's at 7:30, but Saturday will be on TV right back here when the San Jose Sharks come back here to the Great Western Forum. Then the Kings go on a 4-game road trip starting in Dallas, and that game will be coming your way on Prime Sports. That's at Dallas to start that 4-game trip. There's Wayne Gretzky, had a couple of whacks at it there.
Looked to me that Teppo Newman and the defenseman for the Jets actually made a couple of kick saves, so that's the second time tonight that the Winnipeg Jets defensemen have made saves for the goaltender.
Face-off will be to the left of Chevelday and is cleared out to center ice. Monday night we'll be down in Dallas to bring you the game between the Kings and the Dallas Stars. Joe Nieuwendyk in that uniform now. First time we'll see him in a Dallas Star uniform. Puck is cleared up to Gretzky at center ice. Now over to Kristich. Kristich across the line and can't go in any further. Dallas Drake breaks it up. Clears it out to center. 1 minute to go in the second period. Puck is tipped away on Gretzky's pass at center by Dallas Drake. 1 minute left in the King power play, but not that much time left here in the second period. Gretzky up to center, throws it down in deep. At the end of the period, we'll take a look back at 1995 in the National Hockey League. Puck is cleared by the Jets back in the King zone. Here is Kristich up to center ice, gives it to Sador. Now to Boucher, stopped at the blue line. Philippe Boucher back to get it. Offside called against the Kings, and a penalty coming up here. Kristich threw the check at Chris King. And we've got a penalty called with 26 and 7/10 seconds left to go in the period. And Dmitry Kristich going to the penalty box.
Boarding will be the call, Bob. Similar situation to the last penalty against the Winnipeg Jets. It happens right in front of the Kings bench. There's Chris King. Exactly the same. You saw King, number 17, looking at the boards. He's unaware of anyone in behind him. They've been asked to crack down on that situation. Boarding is the call. A lot of times the players will look around and say, hey, I'm just taking the man. But if that player is not looking at you, if you're facing his back directly, and if you hit him directly in the back, you're going to go to the box.
So now it's a 4-on-4 skating situation with 26 and 7/10 seconds to go in the second period. Puck comes back out to center where Philippe Boucher with it. Winnipeg Jets have a 5-3 lead. Pass to the right side to Yannick Perreault. Perreault in deep. Perreault shoots. It's blocked. Perreault with it again. He got it blocked by Teppo Newman. And Newman will now clear to center ice. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Philippe Boucher back to get it. 7 seconds left in the period. Puck comes up to center ice. And time is going to run out here in the second period. What a difference. 8 goals in the first. No goals in the second. And at the end of 2, the Jets lead the Kings 5-3.
On New Year, these people are enjoying what KABC Talk Radio food show calls the best hamburger in Southern California. Out of 3,600 restaurants, KABC placed Hamburger Habit in the top 10. Hamburger Habit uses fresh, not frozen chuck steak to make their hamburgers to order, not pre-cooked like most fast food chains. And don't forget their cholesterol-free French fries or their oh-so-thick shakes. Try the hamburger all of LA is raving about with fast and friendly service at the cleanest restaurant in LA. Hamburger Habit. Make it your habit. Now in West LA at Sepulveda and National.
And you find a huge selection of Nikon cameras at LA's lowest prices guaranteed? Bel Air Camera and Video. Where can you find the Nikon Light Touch camera with automatic focusing and data back at LA's lowest price guaranteed? Bel Air Camera and Video. And who will save you even more money when you buy a Nikon 6006 camera outfit or get this super bonus with instructional video and extended warranty for only $59? Bel Air Camera and Video. Who does that silly can-can dance? None other than Bel Air Camera and Video in Westwood Village. Open Sundays with free parking behind the store.
You ever hear anyone talk about life like you gotta chew it up and spit it out? You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. You gotta be hungry. If so, Gatorade has one question for you. You want something to drink with that? Because you're gonna be thirsty. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
10 minutes? Perfect. I'll see you then. Ah, the bubbly. Thank you, buddy. Your door is set. No. 9 minutes. Close. Yes. I got a date in 4.5 minutes.
You're flowers?
Hey! Hello. Just a technical problem.
Barry, what's going on in there?
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Would you like another cup of coffee?
Please.
All right.
The new Jeep Grand Cherokee has dozens of refinements for 96, from improved quadra-coil suspension to standard dual airbags to optional all-time four-wheel drive.
We need some more coffee.
I'll pull over. And right now you can lease the new Grand Cherokee for just $284 a month. In our excitement, we may have neglected to mention that it still comes available with the most powerful V8 in its class. Jeep, there's only one. See it at your California Jeep and Eagle dealers. Who else?
I just went through the toughest fight of my life. I gave up tobacco, smokeless tobacco. But I didn't give up chewing. Yeah, I cheated. I switched to Smoky Mountain Chew. It has no tobacco, but the taste sure fools you. At first, I mixed Smoky Mountain with my old chew. And then I'd swap out. Chew Smoky Mountain one time and my old one the next. And now I'm free of tobacco. And let me tell you, I don't miss it.
Randy quit, so can you. Order your Quit Snuff Kit today. Call 1-800-SMC-CHEW.
It's Wiener Schnitzel's 99-cent deals. A Polish sandwich, chili cheeseburger, chili cheese fries, or quarter-pound jumbo mustard dog for a measly 99 cents each.
Public figure and executive protection, threat assessment, and investigative services, West Coast Detectives, North Hollywood, California.
This Mitsubishi 50-inch big screen TV is now only $22.98 with no payments and free interest till July 1997. Now at Paul's, the king of big screen.
I am the king.
At the end of 2, the Kings trail by 2 to the Winnipeg Jets, 5-3. Well, now that the new year has started, let's take a look back at the NHL in 1995.
Hockey is being brought to you by Taco Bell, proud sponsor of the Los Angeles Kings. Taco Bell, the border calls. And by your Southern California Ford dealers.
Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Some spread, huh?
Yeah, too bad I've only got 2 hands.
That's why I always bring an extra pair.
At Taco Bell, we're really piling on the bacon. From the BLT soft taco, to the bacon cheeseburger burrito, to the chicken club burrito. If you love bacon, you're gonna have your hands full.
Want anything while I'm up?
No.
Bill, pass me a burrito.
The sizzling bacon menu, starting at just 99 cents.
You know what I just got? The new Taurus wagon. Oh, this can't be. No, this looks just like a car. Oh, it's beautiful. Let's see the inside. Good. Oh, yeah, good. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. You know, this has got to hold a lot of stuff. I want to see the back. Oh, so cute. Those Ford guys think of everything. Hi.
When you're in Los Angeles and you've got Miller Lite, life is good. I can always use a cold. Oh, yeah. So many beaches, so little time. Nice shot. Whoa, look at that.
Icy, cold, chilly.
Fiesta. Great bars, no doubt. Cerveza fría, por favor. Yeah, so it goes something like this. You're in LA. You got Miller Lite. Life is good.
At the Good Guys, we have something even better than 50-yard line seats to the Super Bowl. All big screens are on sale with savings from $30 to $300 on every brand and every model. And we have the best selection of great brand name big screens anywhere. But for maximum enjoyment and 1 full year of no payments and no finance charges, look to Sony Television and Home Theater Systems. Not enough? Well, with our famous low price guarantee, you'll never have to shop anywhere else. Only at the Good Guys, where better doesn't cost more.
You want to see hitting, passing, scoring?
Winding up for the shot. It's to the puck. It's gone. Goes to the net. He scored.
You want to know if there's life after football? Yeah, they call it the NHL on Fox. It's a beautiful thing.
The NHL on Fox begins with the All-Star Game, January 20th.
The mailman is coming to the Forum for a special delivery, but Eldon and the Lakers are returning to send it. It's the Lake Show, Friday at 7, followed by the Lakers and Jazz at 7:30 here on Prime Sports. College basketball. Thursday's episode, 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves. Arizona battles Cal, Thursday at 7:30 on Prime Sports.
Going bald? For 2 weeks only, Winston Tires is offering a cure. 4 tires starting as low as $69. Sale ends January 13th.
This Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern, John Wayne stars in El Dorado on AMC Saturday Classics. AMC, American Movie Classics, where the stars touch you.
Welcome back. Second period, intermission, 5-3. Jets over the Kings. Again, everybody, I'm Bill McDonald. Time now for our Southern California Chevrolet Geo dealer update. And we've got 9 other games in the National Hockey League, so we're going to whip right through them right now. Hartford whitewashes Washington. The Whalers break a 10-game winless streak. Sean Burke, his second shutout. Pittsburgh all over Ottawa. Pittsburgh has now outscored Ottawa 18-4 in their 3 wins. Yager is league-leading 35th. Rangers win it by 3. New York scored 4 straight goals in the second. Let's move along. Boston and Toronto tie. Felix Potvin, 47 saves. Dallas, Detroit. Detroit battle back from a 3-0 deficit to earn the tie. Jersey shut out Colorado. Patrick Waugh had one 4 in a row. Tampa Bay whitewashes Edmonton 5-0. Tampa records a shutout 1 game after receiving that franchise worst 10-0 shellacking. Vancouver over Florida. This one's in the second. Trevor Linden got his 19th for Vancouver. Alexander Mogilny had his 29th. Philly over San Jose 3-1. Renberg and Leclerc each have a goal for Philadelphia. Whew. 9 other games. This one a good one. 5-3. We'll see if the Kings can come back. Bob and Jim with the third period after this. See you in a minute.
Hey, guy.
Yankee Doodles. Give us your best shot. Yankee Doodles, 3rd Street Promenade, Santa Monica.
Sports memorabilia, etc. is a sports collector's paradise. We have a full line of sports memorabilia. Autographed figurines of baseball, hockey, boxing, football, and all your favorite basketball stars. Autographed lithographs. Baseball signed by all of your favorite players. Signed hockey pucks. Plus a full line of jerseys. Autographed bats. A huge selection of sports cards, both past and present. Call 1-800-995-0650. Located at 11841 Ventura Boulevard, Studio City.
Now you can take to the slopes at your Chevy dealer with a voucher good for a free all-day adult lift ticket to Mountain High in Wrightwood just by test driving the new Chevy Blazer or the new Chevy Astrovan. You'll enjoy the Mountain High Express that jets you to the top in only 6 minutes. There's no obligation. Just test drive the new Chevy Blazer or Chevy Astrovan and get a free lift ticket voucher to Mountain High. But hurry, this offer ends soon. See your participating Southern California Chevy Geo dealer today.
Enjoy yourselves, everyone. Some spread, huh?
Yeah, too bad I've only got 2 hands.
That's why I always bring an extra pair.
At Taco Bell, we're really piling on the bacon. From the BLT soft taco, to the bacon cheeseburger burrito, to the chicken club burrito. If you love bacon, you're gonna have your hands full.
Want anything warm up?
No. Bill, pass me a burrito.
The sizzling bacon menu, starting at just 99 cents.
You never really know when you'll need cash. That's why you need a Discover card. Use your card to get cash during business hours from financial institutions and select merchant locations, or 24 hours a day from thousands of ATMs. The Discover card. Because when you need cash, timing is everything. It pays to Discover, the card that pays you back. Use it where you see the Novus sign.
NHL hockey. It's the coolest game on earth, and you can check out the Los Angeles Kings and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks all season long, right here on Prime Sports, your home team network.
The Kings are swimming with sharks, and Tocchet and the Kings are looking to reel in another win. The Kings in San Jose, Saturday, starting at 7 with Break the Ice. And then the game at 7:30 on Prime Sports.
The mailman is coming to the Forum for a special delivery, but Eldon and the Lakers are returning to send it. It's the Lake Show, Friday at 7, followed by the Lakers and Jazz at 7:30 here on Prime Sports.
No goals were scored in the second period, but let's take a look at some goaltender highlights. 13 saves by Tim Shovelday.
Look at how difficult it is on a goaltender with Gretzky behind the net. You have to look over your own shoulder. You can't really feel where the puck is. The puck goes in front to Kristich. One-time shot coming up. He fights himself free. Little deflection. Shovelday gets his entire body in front of the save.
And at the other end, Kelly Rudy got his game back on track with 13 saves in the second.
He certainly did. It was an uncomfortable first period. The first save by Kelly Rudy, kind of routine. He goes down on it, but he gets right back up. This is how he played in the second. Shane Doan in front. Kelly Rudy does not make the first move. He looked way more comfortable in the second period, holding on long enough to make the save. Southwest Airlines stats after 2 periods of play. The shots on goal kind of high for only 2 periods gone by. The scoring chance is just the same. The Kings with 1 power play goal. The Winnipeg Jets with 2. But Bob, you just touched on it. Kelly Rudy was exceptional in the second period. It's very difficult to come back. Kelly Rudy was not on top of his game. I guess that's an understatement in the first period. He did not look comfortable at all, but you have to be mentally tough. And I think Kelly Rudy is that type of a person. You don't even have to talk about position. He's a goaltender. He's left alone sometimes. In the first period, many of the goals I think he would say were his fault. Well, in the second, he regrouped. He did something in the intermission. He got back on his game. The perfect example there on the last save, Bob. He held on. He was patient
long enough, square to the shooter to make the save.
So the Kings, let's see if they can get back in this game. They're down 5-3 as we get set to start the third period. Both teams are a man shy. In 8 seconds, the Winnipeg Jets are going to have a power play. That's when they will get out of the penalty box Dave Manson. Ready for the third period Gatorade face-off. Robert Long against Keith Tkachuk, and Long wins the draw. Kings with it back in their own zone. Here's Marty McSorley. McSorley gives it over to Sean O'Donnell, and the Winnipeg Jets have a minute 26 on the power play now as Manson comes out of the penalty box. Puck taken by Teppo Numminen, back in deep in his own zone. Kings send their penalty killers out. Conacher and Robert Long up front. McSorley and Sean O'Donnell back defensively. Here's Teppo Numminen up to center ice. Numminen drives it hard around the board. McSorley over along the board with Teemu Selanne, but comes loose to Tkachuk. Tkachuk gives it right side to Jamnov for the blue line to Numminen. He gives it to Manson. His shot blocked off the foot of Robert Long, who's shaken up. Long goes right over to the bench. He blocked that with his foot or ankle. Jamnov across the line now for the Winnipeg Jets. Puck is fought for, taken away and forced out to center ice by Kevin Todd. Now Conacher will go to the bench. Puck taken by the Winnipeg Jets. Here on the right side is Tkachuk. Throws it back behind the net. McSorley breaks it up there and clears out to center ice. Only 28 seconds left to go in the King penalty now. Sean O'Donnell back in the King zone to get it. McSorley up to center ice to John Druce, who had to hold up at the red line. Puck taken by Finley. Finley for Winnipeg. Now up to center ice. Here's Darren Turcotte. Turcotte with a nice move, but then it comes to him on the right side, and he gets a shot that Rudy slides out to knock down and hangs on for the faceoff.
Kelly Rudy holding on, smart play. 10 seconds remaining in the power play for the Winnipeg Jets. Rudy wanted to take no chance to slow things down. Earlier on that shift, Robert Long blocked a shot by Dave Manson, and Long is now on the bench. He's kind of moving back and forth, finally getting into the situation. I mentioned it earlier, Bob, in the skills competition that every team goes through, Dave Manson, I think he's going to be in the finals in Boston at the All-Star break. He was clocked at just over 100 miles an hour, and it was Dave Manson who took that shot. Robert Long will take it right off the foot, right off the ankle, and believe me, this is one of the most painful things in hockey. You take it right off the ankle. A lot of padding on the skate, but not when the puck's coming at you at 100 miles an hour.
Now Gretzky left side walks in, shoots, and just deflected wide. The puck was shot in hard, came around the board to the left side, and Gretzky chased it down, and he let go with a hard shot that time, but couldn't get it past Chevelday, and back come the Kings up to center ice. Both teams are at full strength. Dmitry Kristich across the line. Kristich down the left side. Kristich in deep, throws it off to Gretzky. Gretzky fakes a shot, gives it to Finn. He shoots, saved by Chevelday. Finn didn't get a hard shot, but he redirected it toward the net. It's about all he could do, I think, the way he was facing right from the top of the slot. This bouncer is knocked down by Kelly Rudy. Kristich ahead now, and Renato sends it across the line. Jets clear it back to center.
In that situation for Stephen Finn, Bobby has to shoot across his body there, so he really can't lean one way or the other.
Went with a long shot, looking for his third of the night, and Kelly Rudy had to be ready for that one.
Second one in a row that was just bounced in on Kelly Rudy.
Dallas Drake with it, right side for the Winnipeg Jets. Drake into the corner. 5-3 Winnipeg leads. We're early in the third period. Kings take it away as it's cleared by Kristich. Up to center ice to Tocchet. Tocchet's pass to Todd. Broken up. Todd gets it again. Todd at center ice. Throws it down in deep, and Norm McIver back to get it. They got him in a trade with Pittsburgh for Neil Wilkinson on December 28th. Kings hold in. Lacroix with a nice check. Lacroix checked Korolev against the boards. Puck is against the left wing side. Lacroix tried to dig it out. It comes to Kevin Todd. He kicked it back to Sean O'Donnell. O'Donnell's pass to Todd. Todd tied up, but gets away from the check. Gives it to McSorley. McSorley plays it off on the left side. Now sent down in deep by Tocchet. Tipped behind the net by Lacroix, but played by Manson, and he clears out to center ice. Chased down into the King zone by Sean O'Donnell. Up ahead to Lacroix. Eric Lacroix in center ice. Throws it in. Knocked down out of the air by Daryl Shannon. 5-3 Winnipeg lead. Third period. Pass on the right side. Teemu Selanne down in deep. Selanne checked by Eric Lacroix. Kings dig it out, but can they clear? No. Right point. Jeff Finley with it. Finley to Jamnov. His shot deflected wide. Taken by Tkachuk. Keith Tkachuk gives it to Jamnov.
Jamnoff, left side, throws it to Solani. Tried to feed it back in front, broken up by McSorley. Now Jamnoff tried to get it. Kevin Todd tipped it away, and Robert Long back in action after taking that shot off his foot. He clears it out to center, and Finley with it. Finley ahead now to Jamnoff, to Solani. Solani's shot blocked on the way in by Robert Long. Here's Conacher now. Conacher can't clear it out. Taken by Tkachuk. Tkachuk, left side, can't get a shot. He got cut off. He's down it again. Keith Tkachuk still with it. His shot deflected. Rudy poked it behind the net. Wrap around. Tkachuk got knocked down, and the Kings clear to center ice. Finley back to get it. Gets it to Eastwood. 15:40 to go. We're in the third period. Bob Miller with Jim Fox and Bill McDonald. Hope you're enjoying the game tonight. It got off to a wild start in the first period. Kings scored the first 2 goals, then gave up the next 4, scored 1, and gave up another one. And they're down 5-3. Here's Mike Eastwood now. Eastwood across the line for Winnipeg. Right wing side. He gets stopped by Philippe Boucher. Stephen Finn put it down in the corner. Stapleton took it away. Stapleton gives it to McKenzie. McKenzie tied up from behind by Finn. Gets it back to Stapleton. Stapleton back into McKenzie in the corner. Eastwood's in front of the net. Finn stays right with Jim McKenzie. McKenzie, though, protects the puck. It comes out to Newman at the blue line. Now McKenzie with it again. McKenzie's pass to Mike Eastwood. Good pressure here, and not dangerous pressure, but they're keeping the puck down in the Kings zone. Now Conacher up to center ice. He sends it in, and this line wants to go off the ice. Kings in a line change. Winnipeg Jets also. Puck is at center ice. Down in deep now and played by Kelly Rudy. Eddie Olczyk went out of the game in the first period with a bad back. He has not returned. Here's Gretzky, Winnipeg zone. Tried to feed it through to Drews in front. Tipped away from him. Pitching in is Rob Cowie. Cowie had it tipped away and back out to center. Right wing side is Shane Doan, but back to check in as Tony Granato took it away. 14:20 left to go in the third. Takes down 5-3. Puck comes over to Granato. Granato to Gretzky. Gretzky left side. Tried to feed it through. Blocked this time by Norm McIver. McIver up to center ice. Feeds it to Chris King, and King rolls it down in deep. And a line change for the Winnipeg Jets. 6 minutes gone by here in the third period. John Drews sends it down into the Winnipeg zone, and back together now. It comes around on the right point, held in by Sador. Manson couldn't clear it. Now a wraparound in front, but tipped away to Sean O'Donnell. O'Donnell tried to give it back to Yachmanev, who couldn't get a stick on it. Gretzky with it now. Gretzky to the blue line to Sador. Sador holds it in. Sador with it, and Polk checked away by Jamnoff. Sador was coming down the right side. He had Kristich back at the blue line on his left, but Jamnoff, Polk checked it away. Now Gretzky to Yachmanev in front, just out of his reach. Kristich with it, tried to backhand it, hit the side of the net. And the puck cleared out to center ice.
A little bit like we saw in the first period. Scrambly play. Both teams kind of taking chances offensively. The puck jumping around. Chances, not clear-cut chances, but really scrambly at this point.
McSorley, left side, Winnipeg zone. McSorley still with it. Hangs on, feeds it down in deep toward the back of the net. Broken up by Jeff Finley, and the Winnipeg Jets bring it back out to center ice. Daryl Shannon takes a look. He's got Igor Korolev with him. Throws it down in behind the net. Stopped there by Kelly Rudy. Rudy's pass deflected off of McSorley back over to O'Donnell. He cleared it out to center ice. 12:53 to go here in the third. The last goal scored was with 7 and 3/10 of a second left in the first period. And that was by Winnipeg. A big goal by Turcotte that gave him the 2-goal edge after the Kings had pulled to within 1. Now the puck taken away by the Kings. Right side pass to Kevin Todd. Todd's got Lacroix in front. He scores! Eric Lacroix on a nice pass from Kevin Todd. And the Kings are down by 1, 5-4.
Kings take advantage of a good bounce their way. I think the puck went off the linesman, and that allowed the Kings to keep the puck in the zone. And from that point, it was an outnumbered attack. There it is. It's in the neutral zone. You see it go off the skate of the linesman, but the Kings are onside, driving through the middle. Look at Kevin Todd. Stop up. Nice pass. He slides it flat along the ice. One thing, Eric Lacroix, you know he's going to do. Lacroix right in the middle of your screen. You know he's going to drive to the net, and that makes it easy on the passer. Kevin Todd in that situation has one thing in mind. Get the puck to Eric Lacroix. It's his 7th of the season. Kings right back in this game.
The assists go to Kevin Todd and Rick Tocchet. And the Kings down by 1 now. The time of the goal, 7:30. Puck is back behind the King net. Cut off there by Kelly Rudy. Comes up the middle, taken away, and a shot just deflected wide. The shot by Norm McIver. McIver's got a good shot, and he rifled that one from just inside the blue line. Now down the corner, Chris King. King for the Winnipeg Jets. He gets checked there. Gets some help from Shane Doan. Doan digs it out, gives it back to King. King to Doan. Doan behind the net to Chris King. His pass up the middle, taken away by Lacroix. Lacroix moves it up to center ice. And down the left side goes Tocchet. Broken up there and poked back to center. 11:40 left to go in the third period. Kings down by 1. Rick Tocchet at center ice, taken away by Manson. Manson's pass ahead to Tkachuk. Keith Tkachuk stays with it on the right side. He gets checked there. He's their number 1 pick in 1990 out of Melrose, Massachusetts. Puck comes back out to center ice. Tony Granato chasing it down, but Teppo Numminen clears it back into the Kings zone. 11:20 to go in the third. Kings down by a goal at 5-4. Gretzky's pass. Just inside the King line, off the stick of Granato, now played by Solani. Waited for his teammate Tkachuk to get outside. Solani throws it down in deep. Puck is taken by Sean O'Donnell there, and O'Donnell can't clear. Teppo Numminen holds it in. Numminen throws it down in deep. Puck comes around the boards into the corner. Marty McSorley reverses it over to Tony Granato. Here's Granato with Gretzky up the center ice. Kings down by a goal at 5-4. Granato on the right side, fires it down in deep. Shovelday behind the net. He cuts it off, gives it back to the right point. Going to be held in there as it's sent to Gretzky behind the net, but Shovelday tipped it away. Now it's cleared back out to center ice. 10:36 to go, third period. Kings down by a goal, and Sean O'Donnell lifts it high in the air. The Kings have done a good job on Teemu Solani tonight. He's had only 1 shot on goal. He had 18 points in the last 9 games coming in.
It's something to keep our eye on here in the third period. So much time going on between whistles. Both teams forced to change on the fly. Keep an eye out on too many man advantages, situations like that. Because both teams have been disciplined so far. When you have so many changes on the go, sometimes you have a bad change, turns into a goal.
John Drews moments ago tried to come down the middle, but it was broken up. Here at the left point, held in by Daryl Shannon. 9:58 to go in the third. Kings are down by 1 at 5-4. Conacher to center. Throws it on the backhand in deep in the Winnipeg zone. Robert Long tried to get to it. He couldn't. Bucky is cleared up to center ice. John Drews back to get it. To Aki Berg, down to Robert Long. Long stopped at center ice, and Daryl Sador fires it hard into the Winnipeg zone. Conacher, left wing boards. He gets checked there. Aki Berg couldn't hold it in. Puck comes right wing side. Shane Doan. Doan cutting in, shoots, and a save by Kelly Rudy. Kelly Rudy stops Shane Doan. 19-year-old rookie who had a goal earlier in the game. Kings still down by a goal. Pass to the blue line. Offside. Kings at the Winnipeg line. We'll be back in a moment.
Right now, Southwest Airlines has Gotta-Go fares starting at just $19 one way on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. It's such a good deal. People everywhere see it as the perfect opportunity to get away. But if you want Gotta-Go fares to be your big break, you'd better hurry. Gotta-Go fares from $19, only on Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Miller Genuine Draft. America's cold filtered beer. As cold as they come, as smooth as it gets. A beer uniquely cold filtered for maximum refreshment and a quality all its own. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
Our next Kings telecast on Prime Sports will be Saturday night when the San Jose Sharks come to town. Tune in Saturday at 7 for Break the Ice, followed by the game, 7:30, right here on Prime Sports.
Well, after scoring 8 goals in the first period, these two teams went 27 minutes and 38 seconds without another goal being scored until Eric Lacroix scored for the Kings at 7:30 here in the third period. 5-4, Kings down with 9:14 to go in the third period. Winnipeg Jets have outshot the Kings 35-31. Puck is back behind the Winnipeg net. Dave Manson with it there. Sends it around the blue line. It's cleared by Chris King to center. On the right wing side, chased down by Shane Doan, but Aki Berg broke it up for the Kings. Here's Berg now down the corner. Here he comes. Gives it over to Daryl Sador. Sador up to Kevin Todd. Todd knocks it down out of midair. His pass stolen by Manson. Shoots from outside the blue line. Save made by Kelly Rudy. 8:45 to go in the third period. Almost stolen at the blue line by Shane Doan. Now Eric Lacroix. He flips it high in the air. Back to get it, Dave Manson. Kane's going to change up their defensive pair. Sean O'Donnell and Marty McSorley come out now. Eric Lacroix throws a check. McSorley gets a check from Shane Doan, but throws it down the corner. The puck is taken by Manson. 8:25 to go in the third. Kings are down by a goal. Teemu Selanne on the right side. He fires it down in deep. Selanne leading in goals, assists, and points for the Winnipeg Jets. Puck comes up to center ice. Here's Vitaly Yachmanev to Kristich. Kristich tried to go down the middle. He got stopped. Yachmanev steals it left side. Yachmanev, his pass right through, tried to get it to Kristich, and it was broken up by Teppo Numminen, and it's cleared by Keith Tkachuk out to center ice. 7:57 left to go here in the third. Kings with it. Gretzky to the blue line. Poke checked off his stick by Numminen. Back out to center. Teemu Selanne down the right side. He gets stopped there. And the puck is taken by Darren Quint. Quint comes up the center, across the line, shoots, and a save by Rudy. Darren Quint has had about 3 good chances for the hat trick tonight.
Did you know that the Toyota Camry was called the best car built in America? You did? Bet you didn't know that right now, during the 17th annual Toyotathon, you could get a Camry DX for nothing down and $249 a month. That's right, 0 down and only $249 a month. Aren't you glad you know now? So is my dad. He's over there with my mom.
This is great.
It must be good. My dad is not easily impressed. He's like me. Toyotathon ends soon.
Michael Jordan. To find what you desire requires a great effort. You look thirsty. Gatorade?
Thanks. How come?
I know why you have come. You wish to know the meaning of life.
And?
Life is a sport. Drink it up.
That's what I figured.
At In-N-Out, we still make our French fries the old-fashioned way, from potatoes.
In-N-Out, that's what a French fry is all about.
Face-off will be to the right of Kelly Rudy. 7:39 to go in the third. The Kings are down by a goal. And Shamnov and Gretzky battle for the face-off. Gretzky gets it back to Sean O'Donnell. Round to Yachmanev. Up to center, but out of the reach of Gretzky. It's played by Teemu Selanne. Selanne throws it back behind the net, taken there by Sean O'Donnell. O'Donnell leaves it for Gretzky. Gretzky around the right side. Wayne Gretzky tonight with a goal and 2 assists. Up to center ice, tipped away by Darren Quint. Now Yachmanev reaches forward. He didn't get it. Here's Keith Tkachuk. Tkachuk on the right line. He's deep, checked hard to the corner by Dmitry Kristich. Puck comes back to Gretzky on the left wing. Gretzky gets to the Yachmanev. Yachmanev to center ice. Shoots it into the Winnipeg zone, and behind the net, it is taken by Cheveldae. He leaves it there. Winnipeg Jets bring it around on the right side to Teemu Selanne. Selanne up the center ice, flips it high in the air, and it bounces down into the King zone. Winnipeg Jets on the line change. Marty McSorley turns it back toward center ice for the King. Marty McSorley with it with 6:40 to go in regulation. Puck driven back behind the net. Cheveldae stops it there. Passes himself left side, taken away. Shot by Cowie, deflected out of play. Rob Cowie jumped on that puck, but it was deflected into the crowd.
This is my dad's old railroad watch. He sure seemed to get a lot more time out of it than I do. You know, Great Western Bank can help you with the time that you do have. You can deposit your paycheck automatically, check up on your accounts by phone 24 hours a day, and Great Western's even open Saturdays till 3. So, if you need more time to get things done, just ask.
You've been holding back all year. Isn't it about time you did something good for yourself? Like stopping by your Chevy Geo dealer during the year-end countdown and getting an affordable smart lease on this sporty Chevy Camaro. It includes great standard features like dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, and 200 horsepower V6. And that's just for starters. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can enjoy today.
Chevy Camaro, just $249 a month at your Southern California Chevy dealer.
Hit from behind coming up. Watch Tkachuk. Look right there. That means he's aware that Kristich is coming in. Now that hit is from behind, but it's legal because Tkachuk knew he was there. The force was harder than previous boarding calls we've seen tonight. But once again, because the offensive player is aware that he's going to be checked, no call. Good no call by the referee.
Face off in the Winnipeg zone to the right of Tim Chevelday. Time running out of the Kings. Only 6:34 left here in the third period. Kings are down 5-4. Winnipeg Jets with it. Puck is moved down to center ice, taken there by Rob Cowie. Cowie back at the King line over to Philippe Boucher. Boucher gives it to Tony Granato. Granato drives it in behind the net. Chevelday handles it there for Manson. Manson's pass to the blue line, held in for a moment, a bouncing puck, and now taken away and cleared out to center ice by McKenzie over to Eastwood. Eastwood didn't get it. Puck is back in the King zone, cleared up to Tony Granato now. Granato moves it off on the right wing side. We're coming down to 6 minutes left to go in regulation. Here's Yannick Perreault. Perreault tried to feed it through to Rob Cowie, but John Druce has broken his stick, and we have a penalty coming up. Holding the stick is the call here, and the Kings are going to go on the power play. McKenzie goes to the penalty box.
I think John Druce's stick was thrown out of his hands by McKenzie. It may be holding the stick. Druce skating off to the bench right there. Discover Card Trivia. The Jets are one of only 2 pre-1990 teams never have won a division title. Can you name the other one? Well, a little bit of a surprise. The New Jersey Devils. They started in the NHL 74-75 as the Kansas City Scouts. They went to Colorado as the Rockies. Finally in New Jersey, and of course the Devils last year winning the Stanley Cup, but they did not win the division title that year. Didn't win it any other year, and the Winnipeg Jets still looking for theirs.
Well, the Kings go on the power play. John Druce had his stick held by Jim McKenzie. Maybe not only held, but thrown.
And Bob, I think that's the reason he had the call, because it was so obvious. The referee was looking at it, and I think Dvorsky at this point would have let it go. But McKenzie took Druce's stick and threw it halfway across the ice. So he had to make the call. Kings on the power play.
Chance for the Kings. They're 1 out of 3 with a man advantage and 6 shots on the night with a power play. Darren Turcotte will face off against Wayne Gretzky. Kings down 5-4. 5:57 to go in regulation. Jets with it. Comes over from Manson to Tkachuk, and he clears it back into the Kings zone. Kelly Rudy gets it quickly up on the right side to Marty McSorley. McSorley's at the right point. His pass ahead to Yakshinev, now to Gretzky. Gretzky peels back, looks for room, feeds Sador. Sador left side. Sador down in deep in the corner, sends it behind the net. Manson broke it up. It comes out to McSorley at the right point. Now to Gretzky. Gretzky, right wing boards. Kings with a man advantage. Up to McSorley. Shoots up high over the net. And the rebound not cleared. Sador holds it in. Sador's pass back to Kristich. Dmitry Kristich out of the blue line. Gives it to Yakshinev. Back to Kristich. Kings on the power play for another minute 20. Kristich along the boards. Gretzky's behind the net. Gretzky with it. Gretzky waits. Yakshinev goes in front. Here comes Sador in deep. Pass in front. Knocked back to Gretzky. Gretzky in the right wing corner. Back to the blue line to McSorley. McSorley's pass down in the corner to Yakshinev. Goes back to Gretzky. Gretzky in. Tried to feed it in front. And it came through off the left wing boards. And it's cleared now. Out to center ice by Tkachuk. Tkachuk with a long shot from the blue line. Save made by Kelly Rudy. 51 seconds left to go in the King power play. Marty McSorley back in the King zone, having trouble with it. Good forechecking there by Mike Eastwood of the Winnipeg Jets. Marty McSorley at the King line. 38 seconds left to go in the power play. Pass ahead to Cowie. Cowie got a stick or the puck up high. It bounces down to Chevelday, and he hangs on. There's Cowie reaching up to see if he got cut.
Well, later this month, Bob, in January, the Fleet Center in Boston, the All-Star game. And here's the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. These players voted in. Brodeur, the goaltender, Bork and Stevens. Love to have that pair on the fin. Look at the front line. Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr of the Penguins, and Brendan Shanahan of the Hartford Whalers. They will start the All-Star game. And my sources tell me that that man right there will be announced tomorrow. He led the Western Conference Centers. Wayne Gretzky will go to another All-Star game.
Gretzky starting the night, 10th in NHL scoring and 5th in NHL assists. He came in with 40. He's added 2 assists tonight, plus 1 goal. Face off here on the power play. Todd up the middle. Boucher can't get to it, and Keith Tkachuk clears. 25 seconds left to go on the power play for the Kings. We're down to 4:19 left to go in regulation. Kings are down 5-4. Up to center, Kevin Todd. Todd Rolls it across the blue line, chased it down himself in the corner. 13 seconds left to go on the power play. Manson takes it away, can't clear it yet, but Kachuk will out to center ice. 6 seconds left to go on the King power play. Here's Rob Cowie. Cowie drives it up over the net, and it bounces down to Manson, and the Winnipeg Jets get McKenzie out of the penalty box. Big penalty kill for Winnipeg right there. 3:48 left to go in regulation. Both teams at full strength. Kings still down 5-4. Now up to center ice. Tipped down into the Winnipeg zone by Daryl Shannon. Played by Chevelday, the goaltender. Puck comes around the boards and will be cleared to the blue line to Alexei Zhamnov. Zhamnov across the line. He got knocked down. Puck taken away by Daryl Sador. Sador up to center ice. Backhands it up in the air. Granato looking for it against the left wing board. Granato gave it down in the corner to Robert Long. Long checked from behind by Shannon. 3:15 to go in regulation. Robert Long with it. Long into Granato, but broken up by Dallas Drake. And Drake will clear it out to center ice. Coming back to take it away, Daryl Sador. We're coming down to the 3-minute mark left to go in the third period. McSorley over to Yannick Perreault. Perreault to Granato. Shoots. It's wide to the left side. Rebound to McSorley. If he can get there, no, he can't. It's cleared by Chris King. Daryl Sador chasing it down. He gets knocked down along the board. Sador throws it behind his back toward Granato, but Shane Doan took it away. Doan, left wing corner. Now over to Chris King with a shot wide. Rebound off the board. Play to the right side by Norm McIver. McIver's pass back behind the net. Taken there by the Winnipeg Jets as they hang on to it. Right side is Shane Doan. Doan checked by Robert Long. 2:29 to go in regulation. Kings down by a goal at 5-4. Jets clear to center, and Manson takes over. Manson across the line. He shoots and a save. Rudy rebound. Save again by Rudy on Turcotte. Puck comes back up to center ice. Kings with it. Right side is Yachmanev. Yachmanev checked hard by Manson, and Manson gave him a little rub when he got up. But what a save by Rudy on Turcotte. Shot by Yachmanev, deflected wide. Gretzky with it right side. Gretzky, Winnipeg zone. Gretzky's pass in deep to Kristich, and he shot it wide. Rebound to Yachmanev. Yachmanev checked behind the net, and the loose puck taken by Manson. Manson checked in the corner by Yachmanev. He sends it behind the net and comes back left side to Cowie. Cowie with room. Cowie waiting. Cowie moves in, shoots, it's blocked. Right back to Cowie. Cowie on the left side drives it in deep to Yachmanev. Behind the net to Gretzky. Gretzky to Kristich. He shoots, and it hit the post, perhaps, or maybe Chevelday got a piece of it. Gretzky to Kristich. Kristich to Yachmanev. Couldn't get it. 1:30 left to go. Penalty against Kachuk. He knocked Gretzky down, and the whistle blows as the Kings pulled Rudy, knowing that the minute Winnipeg touched the puck, the whistle would blow. So the Kings, with 1:26 left, have a chance with a power play.
Kings hockey is being brought to you by Miller Lite. Well, you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite. Life is good. And by Jack in the Box restaurants. Watch out, Mac. Jack's back.
Keith Kachuk for interference, the penalty against the Winnipeg Jets. Kings are on the power play for the 5th time tonight. They're 1 out of 4 with 6 shots. Let's see if that shot hit the post.
Kristich in front, had to handle it with his hand first. Yeah, just floats over the top of the glove of Chevelday. A lot of credit on that last shift goes to Gretzky for moving the puck around. But once again, it goes to his line mates. Yachmanev, Kristich kept moving all shift, low rotation. Everything working well for the Kings to get chances. We finally saw the one going off the post. Later, Kachuk takes down Wayne Gretzky. Interference is the call. 1:26 remaining. Third period, the Kings on the power play, looking for the tying goal.
Coming up for the Kings Friday night, they'll be up at the San Jose Arena. That'll be on radio only on Friday night. Saturday night, right back here, San Jose against the Kings at 7:30 on Prime. Starting at 7, we'll break the ice. Monday night, we'll be at Dallas to take on the Dallas Stars. You'll see it live at 5:30. Jim, if the Kings do not win this game, they're going to look back to 6 minutes and 10 seconds out of the 60 minutes played that was their downfall. The Winnipeg Jets in the first period, trailing 2-0, scored 4 goals in 6 minutes and 3 seconds and added another one with just 7 3/10 seconds left in the period.
And Kelly Rudy will start this shift on the bench. It looks like the Kings are going to go with the 6 attackers. So in essence, they have a 2-man advantage here with Kelly Rudy, the goaltender, pulled. Tocchet's on the ice. Perreault, McSorley, Kristich, you may expect McSorley, you saw the wide open net right there, you may expect McSorley to go to the front of the net in this situation to create a screen. Yannick Perreault will take the draw. Gretzky's out there, Boucher for the big shot. Kelly Rudy on the bench.
Kelly Rudy on the bench, so the Kings with a minute 27 left. They wanted, it was down to a minute 26. They wanted 4 seconds put back on the clock. They only put 1 second back on it. So the Kings, in essence, here with a two-man advantage, but their net is wide open at the other end. 5-4 in favor of Winnipeg. Puck comes past McSorley out to center ice. McSorley back to get it over to Philippe Boucher. Boucher gives it to Yannick Perreault. Perreault across the line. Perreault feeds it over to Gretzky. Gretzky didn't get it, but it's held in by Boucher. Now along the boards, it comes back toward Boucher at the blue line. His pass to Gretzky. Gretzky left side. Into the corner now with a minute 5 left in regulation. Tocchet feeds it over to Kristich. Kristich back over to Gretzky. Gretzky with 1 minute to go in regulation to Boucher. Boucher's pass deflects over to Kristich. Kristich along the right wing board. Gets it into Yannick Perreault. Tocchet's in front of net. Perreault with it. Into Gretzky behind the net. Gretzky waiting. Now to Tocchet. And it's knocked down. Picked up behind the net by Perreault. In front. Shot wide by Kristich. Puck comes back to the blue line to Boucher. Boucher to Gretzky. 38 seconds left to go in regulation. Into the corner. Picked up by Perreault to the blue line to Boucher. Right side to McSorley. McSorley. His shot knocked down by Manson and cleared all the way down into the Kings zone. No icing here. They're killing the penalty.
Keep that in mind, Bob, because the Jets could take that free shot at the wide open net. The Kings have to try and get more men to the front of the net. They're shooting the puck wide.
Kings down by a goal. 17 seconds left in regulation. Kings with a power play. Hold it into the right point. Puck comes to Kristich. Kristich on the right side after Boucher held it in. Now down in deep. Here's McSorley. McSorley behind the net. Round in front. Loose puck. Shot. Save in the glove of Cheveldae. Tim Cheveldae down on his knees with traffic in front. Boucher was in deep. Let's see who got the shot here. It might have been Philippe Boucher.
McSorley follows down in deep. You saw the whack at it by Perreault. It's actually McSorley gets his own rebound. You saw that there was no direct traffic right in front of Tim Cheveldae, and that's the reason he saw the puck into his glove all the way. The puck was bouncing a whole bunch on that last shift. The Kings trying to keep the puck in. When they did keep it in, they could never throw a flat pass. And finally, it took McSorley, a defenseman, to be very aggressive there, and he has to. 2.9 seconds remaining in the game, or at least in regulation. And a timeout here called by the LA Kings.
Now you look at the clock, Jim. You mentioned it. 2.9 left. Originally, it would have been 1.9 left. The Kings wanted more time put on the clock. They got 1 second, but they wanted 4. So there could be, like what, 5.9 left if they got what they wanted.
And that could be the difference in this situation, whether the centerman decides immediately to go to the front of the net, to go ahead with the puck. If he had more time, sometimes then you can set up a play where the defenseman could draw behind him. Usually a centerman, anyone taking the draw, is stronger drawing the puck back than they are going forward. Larry Robinson, John Perpich, the assistant coach of the Kings, talking about the instructions right here. I'd have to think with 2.9 seconds, that's still enough time to think about drawing it back. But if you don't win the draw cleanly, and if the Kings jump on the loose puck, the puck has to go immediately to the front of the net.
The only goal here in the third period, Eric Lacroix getting his 7th of the year, assisted by Kevin Todd and Rick Tocchet at 7:30. That brought the Kings to within 1 at 5-4. Now the Kings are on the power play. They pulled the goaltender Kelly Rudy with a minute 27 to go to get, in effect, the two-man advantage. However, only 2.9 seconds remain now in regulation. The face-off will be to the left of Tim Cheveldae.
And it looks like the Kings will have no one that shoots right-handed taking this draw, maybe Yannick Perreault. That means Perreault is on his backhand to go towards the net, which makes it even more difficult. Looks like Gretzky kind of hanging in behind, so maybe Perreault will try and draw it back here. Going forward on your backhand, that's even more difficult.
Perreault facing off against Darren Turcotte in the Winnipeg zone. And off the draw, loose puck, time running out on the Kings. It's going to end. It is all over as the Kings fail to score with a power play at the end of the game. And Tim Cheveldae is the winning goaltender. A bad first period. The downfall for the Kings here tonight. The final score in this game, the Winnipeg Jets 5, the Los Angeles Kings 4. So we'll go now for a preview of the Prime Sports Press Box, and here is Leslie Goodell.
All right, Bob, we're ready to go here in the press box. Big night in pucks as the Rangers try to extend their home unbeaten streak to 18 against the Habs. This Indian slugger is taking his power pack swing out west. We'll tell you where. And one of Santa Anita's leading jockeys is facing a serious suspension. For those stories and more, catch Alan Massengale and me in the press box coming right up.
This press box preview has been brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers.
You know, the Ford guys just sent me something. I wonder what they're up to now. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the new Taurus. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Oh, look at those lights. Wonder what they did to the inside. Oh, they put everything in one place. That's a great design. Everybody's going to be copying this Taurus. Oh, there's a wagon.
Who's next? Hi, Stan. I'm Jack. Our kids are in Little League.
Well, I hope my humble hamburger meets with your approval. Of course, it's not as fancy as your grilled sourdough burger, with its big, juicy patty, melted cheese and bacon, and those famous warm and toasty grilled sourdough slices. I'm just a hard-working mailman with store-bought buns.
I'll just have some beans.
Oh, sure. Mock my beans.
I'm gonna run to the wind. I'm gonna fly like fire. But first I think I need a cold shower. Is it you? Is it me?
Southwest Airlines is proud to present Fun Pack ski vacations to New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, and Utah. Packages include round-trip airfare, 2 nights hotel accommodations, rental car or transfers, and lift tickets. But not lessons. Fun Pack vacations from the low-fare airline.
Miller Genuine Draft. America's cold filtered beer. As cold as they come, as smooth as it gets. A beer uniquely cold filtered for maximum refreshment and a quality all its own. Miller Genuine Draft. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste, the world is a very cool place.
I knew you.
White magic, you and me. White magic, like a flame of magic all around. And there is
Grosvenor 96th. Available at the Vale West Company of Beverly Hills, 9631 Brighton Way, or call 800-998-VALE. Grosvenor and Vale West, simply the best.
Here at Carlson's, we have hundreds of refrigerators in stock ready for same-day delivery. Little cube models for only $88, all the way up to the giant GE profile model. This one with the Carlson's exclusive, the automatic sandwich dispenser. Ham and cheese on rye, hold the pickles. And here at Carlson's, you never have to worry about the price. There are lots of places to shop, but when you need a quality appliance or TV at a low discount price, Carlson's is the place to buy. And thanks for listening.
Back in the forum for the Great Western play of the game. It came back in the first period, a goal by Shane Doan.
And the Winnipeg Jets coming through with 4 goals in 6 minutes and 3 seconds. Doan will protect the puck. Kristich all over his back, all the way down. Sneaks it in right there on the short side. 8 goals in the first period, only 1 goal the rest of the way. The Winnipeg Jets hold on. 5-4 win. Southwest Airlines final stats. You see the shots on goal. Both teams near the 40-shot mark. Winnipeg actually reaching 40. The game as a whole wide open in the first. Weird game all around. And the Jets hold on for that 1-goal win.
So now the Kings go up to San Jose on Friday. That's not on TV, but we will be with you on Prime Sports Saturday night. The San Jose Sharks right here at the Great Western Forum to take on the Kings. Starts with Break the Ice at 7 and the play-by-play at 7:30 Saturday night. And there are tickets available, Forum Box Office and Ticketmaster. For Jim Fox and Bill McDonald and our Prime Sports crew, this is Bob Miller. Thanks for being with us tonight. the final score. The Winnipeg Jets 5, the Los Angeles Kings 4. Good night, everyone.
Kings Hockey on Prime Sports has been brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Fly Southwest, the low-fare airline. By Toyota and their full line of quality cars and trucks. Toyota, I love what you do for me. By Miller Lite. When you've got the great taste of an ice-cold Miller Lite, life is good. By your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. By Great Western's family of companies, now backed by over $44 billion in assets. Great Western will always be there. By your Southern California Chevrolet and GOD.